5 years?
Well, yeah, I would think he would because, you look at the history of that position, guys. I'm talking about tight ends. Typically, historically, we're reluctant to put them in immediately. You look at Ditka waited a long time. John Mackey, who revolutionized that position, we waited a while. Kellen Winslow, we waited a while. He changed it in a different way. He was more of a wide receiver than a tight end. We got Tony Gonzalez coming up next year. Tony Gonzalez is coming up with Champ Bailey and Ed Reed. To me, of those three, I go Ed Reed is the automatic. The other two, and I know they'll be in. I'm not just talking about first ballot. The other two, I go, I don't know. I've talked to several Hall of Fame voters, who say, we've got 3 first ballot guys next year. Well, wait a minute. What's the rush to get these guys in? We had 5 offensive linemen who were in the final 10, and they were actually among the final 15, so they were 1/3 of the class, but then they made it to the final 10. And we said, we got to clear this queue. There's a logjam. I mean, they canceling each other out. So why can't we do that? And we said, no, we can't. We'll do it today. We didn't do it. We didn't do any of that. We lost one of them, and that was Joe Jacoby, because he ran out of eligibility. So why are we ignoring these guys? Where's the outrage for an Alan Faneca? Where's the outrage for Kevin Mawai? These guys are decorated guys. And we go, no, we'll just do it next year. We'll do it next year. If you're saying there are 3 first ballot guys, 3 of those seats are taken. 3 of those 5 seats are taken. You really think we're going to do it next year? I don't know. And then you look at 2021, not 20. 20 is the time where they could make a move, but 21, you've got a loaded class led by Peyton Manning. So, in answer to your question, if Gronk were to come up today and say probably, he'd probably say first ballot Hall of Fame. He should be in the Hall of Fame at some point, but first ballot, no, I don't think so.
Clark Judge, Talk of Fame Network. Judge, do me a favor. Quit dancing around to Justin Timberlake songs and vote Edgerrin James in the Hall of Fame, will you please?
Well, you guys got me on your face camera or something? Are you doing FaceTime with me? How do you know? I mean, you're in the halls of the Marriott in Minneapolis, and that's what I'm doing. I just love it. But I tell you what the Prince segment was pretty cool, wasn't it? I thought the Prince segment was pretty cool.
Good tribute. Yeah, good tribute.
Yeah, I mean, it's funny. I came here. I may have told you this, Steve. I don't know, but I came here in 1984 to do a Chargers-Vikings game, and a friend of mine said, let's go downtown. We're going to a restaurant. We walk in, and this guy walks out, and I said, excuse me. And he goes, you know who that was? And I said, I have no idea. He goes, that was Prince. I went, what? He is small. Is he short? But I didn't know. I just had no idea how tall or how small he was. I mean, I was, wow, he's a short guy. But, that was my one connection with fame until I talked to you guys on the radio, of course.
Prince or Todd Rundgren? Better artist. Go.
Oh, come on. Todd is God, guys. Oh. Don't you ask me that, please. And yet, they won't put him in the you talk about Hall of Fame. They won't put him in Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. I've long since given up on that. I went, yeah, sure. He produced 1,000 albums and did a great music, and he was an artist, and more than an artist, a genius. And no, you don't want to put him in there. Fine, Some guys make music. He sold music and made music. I love the guy.
Judge, the president of Rundgren's fan club. I love it.
Clark, it's always our pleasure, brother. And we got to jump. I hate to say it, but thank you, bro.
Thanks,
we'll talk
Clark.
to you soon.
Yes, all the way. See you guys.
Hey, wouldn't you love a bigger tax refund? TaxSlayer recently rated, number 1 for maximum refund. That way you're going to have way more cash to spend on whatever the heck you want. This tax season, go out and slay it. Maximize your refund at TaxSlayer.com. The Cleveland Cavaliers need to be put on timeout. One fairly important key member of that organization thinks so. I'll tell you who that is. But first, Steve DeSager with the latest. Steven.
All right, last night's Super Bowl telecast drew 106 million viewers, including streaming. Of course, guys, it was a 41-33 final, Philadelphia beating New England. Shocking amount of offense. As you mentioned, the Super Bowl record for total yards was broken even before the third quarter ended. Total yardage, the offense, it wound up 1,151. Most in any NFL game ever, postseason or not. And the strange thing, the Eagles on extra points, 2 for 5. And they won the Super Bowl at 2 for 5, missing a kick, missing a couple of 2-point passes. If they'd have made those, it would have been the highest scoring Super Bowl ever. And I looked it up, Philly and its pro sports teams. Eagles hadn't won the NFL title since 1960 until last night. Phillies with one World Series title since 1980, Mike Schmidt. 76ers one NBA title since 1967. Flyers no NHL championships since 1975, and Bobby Clark. So it had been a long time coming, and the city's parade for the champion Eagles will be Thursday morning. By the way, Bill Belichick said he absolutely will be back to coach the Patriots again next season, and he's sick of the question. Patriots defensive coordinator Matt Patricia officially is the new head coach of the Detroit Lions. Online car shopping can be confusing. Not anymore with True Price from True Car. Now you can know the exact price you'll pay for your next car. So visit True Car to enjoy a more confident car buying experience. In college hoops, the top three remain the same in the new AP poll: Villanova, Virginia, and Purdue. This Saturday, number 3 Purdue plays at number 4 Michigan State. In the NBA, already underway, Indiana is hosting the Washington Wizards. Its Wizards up 28-23 after the first quarter. I bring up Indiana because they don't have Victor Oladipo due to illness tonight. He's averaging 24 points per game. And teammate guard Darren Collison is out 2 to 3 weeks. He'll have arthroscopic knee surgery tomorrow. Orlando is again without Aaron Gordon, their top scorer, and he'll miss tomorrow's game as well due to his hip injury. Orlando about to start at Miami. So replacing Gordon next, couple of weeks from now in the slam dunk contest in L.A. will be Utah Rookie of the Year candidate Donovan Mitchell. He will be in, and he's averaging 20 points per game this year. Back to you.
Steve DeSager, before we go, I'm going to call this segment DeSager Says. So I'm going to ask you, yay or nay, Steve DeSager on DeSager Says? Yay or nay on the halftime performance? Everything that went into it and everything you saw, yay or nay?
I saw very little, so I'll say nay. I'm not qualified on that one because I was here working the game. Sorry.
Gotcha. Anyway, give that guy a raise, someone.
Thank you, Steve.
I'll take 1/10 of his salary from what he's going to get on the album sales. You know, the guys don't get paid for the halftime performance. I don't think people understand that. They'll pay for the millions of whatever, the backup dancers and the setup all costs. But yeah,
expenses, I believe.
They'll make that up in the next couple of weeks.
Yeah, getting that 100 million plus audience for 12 minutes, that's going to help the career, generally speaking.
And repeat, every Super Bowl telecast this decade has had at least 100 million viewers.
Wow. No kidding. Hey, they screwed the pooch on that no Bruno Mars. That would have been a perfect fit. I mean, Justin Timberlake, you throw it over to Bruno Mars.
He was good
Let
before.
him do his thing for about 6 or 7 minutes. Come back to Justin.
If you're Justin Timberlake, that's the last thing you want to do. Let me tell you something. You can say what you want about Bruno Mars,
I see what you're saying.
but on a stage like that,
might get shown
he's
up.
going to get everyone's attention.
DeSager knows Mars. I know you're part of the Bruno Mars fan club, Steve, or so.
Not quite, but you guys, music person, is it okay? It was not really a hologram of Prince. All of that was fine during halftime yesterday?
No.
Not
fine at all. Prince doesn't like. Prince himself was on the record several times saying he can't stand it when people do that. Holograms, or even like they did last night. He himself didn't like it, and he used the word demonic when describing it. So I would say play a Prince song, but don't put the image of him up there singing along with you, just because the man himself really, really, really was uncomfortable when he saw people do that.
Respect in his home state, in other words.
I would say so, but I did love the purple the outside, the Prince, the city lit up in purple, and the Prince, what do you call that? The logo, the whatever that symbol was. That was fantastic.
That was his name for a while. He was just a symbol. Yeah,
that was pretty fantastic. Thanks, Steve.
Mm-hmm.
All right, well, you old folks, old Krogies can do what you want. I thought the kid did a hell of a job up there. He's celebrating and entertaining the world, watching down. Prince died in the same city. Throw him up there on a big screen. Let him do his thing off and then go. It's a nice gesture. Everybody loved it. It's Prince. I mean, that's his hometown.
Yeah, okay.
Not so much?
Well, just the fact that Prince himself, the one artist I know of who was
Doesn't matter, dude.
very, very strongly on the record about that.
Doesn't matter. Man's dead.
That's a good point. If he didn't want that to happen, let's not go down that road.
No, it was. Hey, say what you will. Prince, you got your piece. Minneapolis wasn't bad. Painted the night purple for it, and I'm sure Paisley Park was busy up there, too, for him. So well done all around.
We're in the Geico Fox Sports Radio studios. It's easy to save 15% or more on car insurance with Geico. You can go to geico.com. You can call 1-800-947-AUTO. The only hard part is figuring out which of those two ways is easier. Dirk Nowitzki is going to do something tonight that no one's ever done. That is, he will have his... Okay, here's the checklist. There's 5 things that will have been done tonight. Dirk's the first guy to ever do it. League MVP, check. He's a champion. He's won a title, check. 30,000 points, check. 20 seasons for one team, check. And tonight he'll be the first person to do those 4, plus have played 50,000 minutes in his career.
I'm not.
This is the Shore Sports Network from SFMSports.net. Our broadcast begins in 3 minutes. This is the Shore Sports Network from SFMSports.net. Our broadcast begins in 2 minutes. This is the Shore Sports Network from SFMSports.net. Our broadcast begins in 1 minute. This is the Shore Sports Network from SFMSports.net. Our broadcast begins in 30 seconds. This is the Shore Sports Network from SFMSports.net. Our broadcast begins in 10 seconds.
Maryland Eastern Shore and SFMSports.net welcomes you to this presentation of Hawks basketball. Now, Maryland Eastern Shore basketball from SFMSports.net.
At the William P. Hytche Athletic Center in Princess Anne, Maryland, it's time for Maryland Eastern Shore men's basketball. Tonight, the Hawks welcome the Rattlers of Florida A&M University. And we've got all the action for you on the Shore Sports Network and SFMSports.net. Hello, everybody. Will DeBoer with you, courtside from Delmarva. Alongside me, Pocomoke City High Athletic Director, former state champion head basketball coach, Dave Bird. Dave, I always like sitting next to you because I always need sunglasses because of that big bling that you got on your finger there.
There's nothing wrong with that.
2002 state champions.
And you'll appreciate this. I had a guy ask me Friday if that P standing for Purdue.
Really?
Yeah, how about that? I said no, but I like Purdue.
Oh, okay. I'll certainly take
close, not quite close to Purdue, but I like Purdue.
I'll take that. I like Pocomoke. And we both like Maryland Eastern Shore. The Hawks trying to get back on track after a rough month of January. They are now 1-8 MEAC play. That's 12th in the league. 7 of those losses coming by 10 points or fewer. 4 of them by 1 possession. Hawks overall are 5-19 on the season. The Hawks coming off of their latest close defeat last Monday at Coppin State. They lost 71-68 to the Eagles. Had a look with 15 seconds to go that would have put them on top, but Sean Hoggs' 3 fell just a little bit short, and they couldn't get another look from 3 on their final possession either. That top performers. Logan McIntosh, 23 points. We're used to big things out of him. Ahmad Frost, the bounce-back day, he had 17, and then 13 from Tyler Jones, despite a rough day shooting the basketball. The big three for the Hawks in terms of their de facto upperclassmen, McIntosh, Frost, and Jones this year. And for the Hawks, they got to get themselves going again. They lost 7 in a row. Got to find some way to get over the hill and stop this line of sequels to bad horror movies.
Yeah, and tonight they're going to have to play well. They're going to have to score some points because the Rattlers have been scoring points over the last 3 or 4 games in big numbers. And I think it's going to be a high-scoring affair here this evening, up and down the floor. Our type of offensive game, and should be a good one to watch and a good one to call.
Let's hope that you're right about that. Florida A&M's coming in 4-21 in the overall season. This is 3 in a row. They're 3-6 in MEAC play, 11th in the conference. They lost a tough one at Howard on Saturday, 83-80. Tough loss for them. It was an overtime loss as well. They were up by 3 at the half, down 10 with 5:40 to go. They were able to come back. Desmond Williams, who's their big star, tied it with a layup with 35 seconds left. Howard led for all of overtime, and then Justin Ravenel, Marcus Barham missing 3-pointers at the buzzer. The Rattlers fell just a little bit short, but Desmond Williams had his best game of the year, Dave. Played all 45 minutes, 33 points, 13 rebounds, 3 assists, and 2 blocks. Watch out for this guy, a senior forward from Atmore, Alabama. He is a second-team All-MEAC selection in the preseason, and he's certainly making a bid for first team in the league this year. 18 points, 6 rebounds a game for the senior from Alabama. He's the big one to watch for Green. Maryland Eastern Shore's taking the floor, and amongst them suiting up is Myron Thomas. Thomas missed the game on Monday against Coppin State with a left knee injury. They had an MRI on it. The x-rays came back negative. No structural damage, so he sat out that game. Hawks had Saturday off. It was their idle day in conference. Came at the right time for Myron Thomas. Now he's back, and he's in the starting lineup as well. We're going to take a break. We'll introduce you to that full starting lineup for Maryland Eastern Shore when we come back. About 10 minutes shy of the opening tip-off, maybe closer to 8. So strap in, get your popcorn ready, or I'll hope that the floor is hot enough to heat it up without a microwave. Hawks and Rattlers, Monday Night Hoops on the Shore Sports Network and SFMSports.net.
Hello, I'm your waiter Serge. Would you like to hear the specials? Do they include any wings, hot and cold sandwiches, and Smith Island cake? No, you'll have to go to M Street Grill for that. All right, see ya. Here you go, man. Hawks fans, you want to sink your teeth into great food and watch the game, right? Make M Street Grill your new home. It's a sports bar and restaurant conceived by hospitality and tourism management program students and owned by a Hawk alumni. M Street Grill in the Princess Anne University Village, 410-621-5040.
Pivot Physical Therapy is the leading provider of physical therapy and sports medicine services in the Mid-Atlantic region, with over 270 clinic locations and providing sports medicine services to over 120 youth, scholastic, collegiate, and professional programs. Pivot Physical Therapy is in your backyard with locations in Salisbury, Berlin, Cambridge, Easton, and Seaford. Pivot Physical Therapy and Pivot Sports Medicine is a proud partner of the University of Maryland Eastern Shore, providing athletic training and physical therapy care to your Maryland Eastern Shore Hawks.
In the Mid-Eastern Athletic Conference, success for our student athletes isn't just measured by wins and losses, points on the scoreboard, or individual stats. It's also measured by their performance in the classroom, in the community, and ultimately graduation. Our student athletes aren't just playing to win a single game. They're playing to win at life, because games end, but life keeps on going. The MEAC, educating student athletes for the game of life.
Do you need a break, a getaway? Plan a visit to Hyatt Place Dewey Beach in Delaware. Lay back, relax with your toes to the sounds of the ocean. Please your palate with a delicious meal at Cape Hassa Restaurant on the Bay while taking in the sights of a beautiful sunset. It's time to get away and make that getaway to the Hyatt Place Dewey Beach. Call 302-864-9100 or visit HyattPlaceDeweyBeach.com. Make a lifetime of memories in your own backyard at Hyatt Place Dewey Beach. That's Hyatt Place Dewey Beach on Facebook and Instagram.
This is Maryland Eastern Shore basketball from SFMSports.net.
Back at the Hytche Center, Eastern Shore getting ready to tip off against Florida A&M. Bobby Collins striding out from the locker room. He's got the pink shirt on underneath the black vest. It's the Play for K night here at the Hytche Center. The K Yao Memorial Games for breast cancer awareness, and Coach Collins aware with that shirt. Certainly a snazzy dresser. Let's introduce the starting lineups. First for Bobby Collins' Maryland Eastern Shore Hawks. Coach Collins has said that February has traditionally been strong for him. Well, now in his third stop as a head coach, and something
I'm Jill Powell. Each day I'll bring you the latest from the floor of the Maryland General Assembly. I'll speak with the newsmakers and feature the sound that is shaping the future of Maryland. Be sure to catch the Maryland Capitol Report at any time at MarylandNewsNetwork.net.
Save more with Liberty Mutual Insurance.
Hey, Esther, Liberty Mutual just saved me $782 on insurance.
Liberty did what?
I know. It's a lot of money, right?
What'd you say?
Liberty Mutual saved me $782.
Visit us online to get a quote.
What?
I said, visit us online to get a quote, and you can save $782. Liberty Mutual Insurance. Based on a recent countrywide new customer survey, coverage is underwritten by Liberty Mutual Insurance Company, Equal Housing Insurer.
Are you still talking?
There's a way to give her a box of chocolate on Valentine's Day.
And a way to give her a box of chocolate on Valentine's Day.
Turn it up this Valentine's Day with Levion Chocolate Diamond Jewelry from Jared. You'll find more exclusive Levion pieces at Jared than any other jewelry store in the world. And when you visit Jared.com from February 1st through the 14th, you'll receive $100 off any Levion purchase. That's our Valentine's gift to you.
And that's why he went to Jared.
Some exclusions apply. See Jared.com for details.
We now pause 10 seconds for station identification.
The flagship station for Maryland Eastern Shore Basketball. Salisbury, Delmar Fox Sports 960.
Take Hawks basketball with you anywhere. Get the SFM Go app in the Google Play or iTunes store and stream on SFM Sports Channel 2.
We're back, and we're ready for Hoops on the Shore. Maryland Eastern Shore hosting Florida A&M. Third to last home game of the year for the Hawks. They're back at home in 3 weeks when they host Norfolk State and Dell State for homecoming and senior night. 4 straight on the road after this as they'll leave the state of Maryland for the first time in 3 weeks, but for now trying to finish up in style against the Rattlers. Byron Thomas, Baycoat, McIntosh, Frost, and Jones on the floor for the Shore to start out. Williams, Severado, Mays, Ravenel, and Barham for the Rattlers. Bright orange jerseys for the road squad and white numbers. Eastern Shore in the white jerseys with the maroon numbers.
Yeah, orange Nikes, and for the Rattlers, and white Nikes for UMES.
Someone called Michael Stipe. This is Orange Crush night here at the Shore.
Yeah.
Hawks trying to crush the Rattlers. Myron Thomas to tip off against Nick Severado. Severado controls, and we're underway from Delmarva. Florida A&M basketball. Mays stares down McIntosh, dribbles to the right baseline. Now it's back out to Mays after the pass in, fakes the shot, and his no-look pass into the bench, and it's to Isaac Taylor of Eastern Shore, who's out for the year and not on the floor as Mays got turned around. And an early turnover for Florida A&M. Eastern Shore takes over. Hawks moving left to right in this first half. Logan McIntosh, Ahmad Frost, balling it up court. There's a rainbow up to Baycoat on the right wing. Now back to McIntosh. Lowe waiting for the offense to get set. Hands it off to Tyler Jones on the left channel. Now Baycoat and McIntosh, the wheels in motion. Just pass to Jones on the right wing. TJ marked loosely by Desmond Williams with 9 to shoot. Byron Thomas top of the circle around the horn to McIntosh. Ball over his head. Dribbles once. Scoop pass to Jones up baseline. 3 to shoot. Hook shot. Assaults the rim and drops out. And Williams picks up the rebound from the floor. Tough shot for Williams. Here come the Rattlers right to left in this first half. Mays jabs in and out. Elijah Mays galloping left to right and left again. Screen set as he goes back right. Ahmad Frost marking him. Hawks a man-to-man defense early on. 12 to shoot. Chest pass, top of the circle. This is Barham. Spots up for 3. Hooked it to the left. Climbing the ladder, Justin Ravenel. Ravenel dribbles out to the left corner. Fresh 30 for the Rattlers. Now it's Barham again. Steps in. 16-footer. Strong. Baycoat climbs the ladder. Here's Cam Baycoat. Left to right for the Hawks. Baycoat finds McIntosh. Left wing. No look to Jones. Straight away for 3. Strong off the rim. And it's Ravenel who comes down with the board.
Yeah, the basket's got a cover on it for both teams.
No score in the first minute and a half. Here's Severado, right baseline for the Rattlers. Now they work it to Barham on the right wing. Jones in his face. Wrap around pass to Severado inside. Kicks it back out to Desmond Williams. First touch, right elbow. Strong to the left. And Myron Thomas had the beat on the rebound. It was tipped out of bounds by Barham. Eastern Shore basketball. Still no score coming up on 2 minutes into this game.
Both teams playing man-to-man defense with full court pressure.
Florida A&M gives up nearly 82 points per game. Eastern Shore has an invitation to score. They just got to accept it right now. Here's McIntosh dribbling to the left wing. Bounce pass to Frost on the sideline. Ahmad Frost dribbles once, wraps around to McIntosh. Screens up by Thomas. McIntosh inside to Myron Thomas. Posting up right baseline, off the glass and off the rim. Rebound saved by Severado, and Myron Thomas is there for the putback jam. There's your high percentage shot, and it's the first bucket of the game. 2-0 Shore, 2 minutes in.
Yeah, being alert by Thomas, getting that rebound and put back in.
Rattlers looking to answer. This is Barham on the right sideline. Chest pass to Williams at the top of the circle. Reaches around and finds Ravenel left of center. Inside, skip to Barham. Posting against McIntosh. Kicks it back out for Mays. Fakes right, moves left, spins right. Ball's tipped in the air by Frost. Now here's Myron Thomas in transition. Another jam. Myron Thomas rattling the rim. Rattlers need an answer. 4-0 Shore. 17 and change to play. And the students love it. How's that for your students section? That's the first 2 buckets they see of this new semester.
That's right. And 2 impressive ones by Thomas. Rim rattlers.
Ravenel floats it out to Williams, top of the circle for Florida A&M. Now it's Barham on the right wing. Barham chest past Mays, who dribbles out with 7 to shoot. Mays retreating, now 5. 4, he's got to do something here. 2 to shoot. Desperation 3 from the right wing. Nearly banks it in. Rebound bounces once to TJ. And here comes McIntosh in transition. He'll take it to the rack himself. Easy layup. He had to step stepping on Barham, and no one came over to help. Logan McIntosh, the beat to the bucket. 6-0 Shore. 3.5 minutes in. Now left baseline, Florida A&M looking for an answer. Here's Barham, scoops it out to Williams, quickly to Ravenel, right corner three. Yes! Lightning quick ball movement from Orange that time, and they cut the lead in half for the Shore. 6-3 Hawks.
One shot, the lead's cut in half.
16 and change to play in the first half. Here's Myron Thomas, top of the circle. Strong pass to Baycoat. Left wing three. It rattles off the rim, and McIntosh punches out the rebound into the Rattler bench, and that was a dangerous swat by Logan McIntosh as he nearly made Nick Severato sing soprano for the rest of the night.
Right. Somebody could have been hurt on there. Good sportsmanship there, though, helping each other out.
And that's just some hustle. That's what you want to see in the MEAC. Rattler basketball, top of the circle for Severato. Severato flicks it to Williams, right of center. Now it's Ravenel on the right wing. Ravenel wraps around and finds Mays right of center on the perimeter. Staring down Frost. Dribbles to the left. Scoops it back to Barham. Barham, the lateral to Ravenel with 7 to shoot. Ravenel to Mays. Straight away, working around Thomas. Pickpocket. Now float shot off the backboard, off the rim, and into the hands of McIntosh. Hawk basketball. Low, stutter step. Zooms in and stops on a dime. Tries to kick it out to Tyler Jones, and it's out of bounds. McIntosh breaking ankles, but also unable to get the pass off effectively. And with that, we get into our first media timeout. 6-3 Eastern Shore. Low scoring, but high energy. First 4 minutes, this one on the Shore Sports Network and SFMSports.net.
The Eastern Shore is a perfect place to visit year-round. A gem hidden on the lower shore is the Henson, located in the heart of Princess Anne on the picturesque campus of the University of Maryland Eastern Shore. The Henson is the perfect choice for campus visits, business trips, reunions, meetings, and relaxing getaways. Check into the Henson and we'll take care of the rest. Book online at umes.edu/Henson.
Hawks fans, for over a century, Delmarva Power has provided safe, reliable energy to customers throughout the region. That's a powerful connection you can count on from here at the shore to throughout Maryland and Delaware. To learn more, visit delmarva.com or call 1-800-375-7117. Delmarva Power, proud sponsor of Maryland Eastern Shore Athletics.
This is Maryland Eastern Shore basketball from SFMSports.net.
Back at the Hytche Center, 15:29 to play in the first half. Eastern Shore 6-3 lead over Florida A&M. And Dave, this has been sort of sloppy. Both teams are sort of life in the fast lane.
A lot of high energy out there on the floor, but a little bit sloppy. The Hawks playing pretty good defense so far, holding the Rattlers to 1 for 6 from the floor.
They've only able to break out their lead of 3 points, though. Myron Thomas, a couple of dunks. Logan McIntosh, transition bucket. Hawks really haven't had some half-court offense so far in this game. Florida A&M basketball. Elijah Mays slithering into the front court. Skips a pass top of the circle to Severato. Severato to Mays on the right wing. Mays staring down McIntosh. Chest pass to Ravenel. Thought about the three. Instead dribbles in. Right elbow. Yes. Justin Ravenel. Lefty hits it from the right side. And it's a 1-point Hawk lead. 6-5. 5 minutes in. Ahmad Frost gets the floater on the right sideline. Now it's McIntosh at the Maroon M for the Shore. Baycoat zips it to McIntosh straight away. Logan spots up over Williams for 3. Too strong. Rebound tipped once. Jones wrestling for it. Instead, Barham's able to box out for it. And here come the Rattlers right to left. Florida A&M looking to take the lead. Mays fakes a shot from the left wing. Now gets it back to Barham, and his 3 ball rattles out. Myron Thomas hauls it in. Thomas to McIntosh in transition. Hawks will pump the brakes, needing a bucket here. Here's Myron Thomas in left channel. Ahmad Frost left sideline. Frost centers up off the screen from Jones. Frost straight away. A little stutter step, spins to the right. Manola paint, float shot pushed to the right. Rebound volleyed in the air, and Mays comes down with it for A&M. Here comes Orange. Mays pushes off Frost. Step back from the right elbow, short, and Frost clears it for the Shore. 14 and change of play in the first half, still 6-5.
Yeah, the Rattlers don't mind putting it up pretty quick.
Here's Logan McIntosh on the right wing. Centers up, zips it to Baycoat in the right corner. Baycoat cuts into the paint, falling away to the left side of the lane. Missed it off the front of the rim, chases down his own board, and a fresh 30 for the Shore. Ahmad Frost for the Hawks, still looking for a half-court basket. Frost to the right wing on the perimeter. He's marked by Ravenel. Wrap around inside to Jones. TJ posting against Severado. Cuts across the paint, stripped on the way up. No foul call. And here comes Desmond Williams up the other way for Florida A&M. Williams, right sideline, splits a couple of defenders, and he palms the basketball.
Yeah, right in front of the guy in stripe.
Three officials tonight: Harold E. Harris, Julius Terrell, and Olandis Poole. Two substitutions for the Hawks. Colin Gainer's into the game, the local kid from Berlin, Maryland. And Leandre Thomas, freshman, 6'10", from St. Petersburg, Florida, and the D.C. metro area. Sloppy pass up by McIntosh. Baycoat saves it in, but it's Mays who comes up with it for Florida A&M. FAMU basketball. Ravenel reaches around and finds Williams. Step in, right elbow. It's an air ball. And the crowd will let him hear it that time.
Yeah, from the leading scorer. He'll hear that the rest of the night.
I would hope so. Any student section worth their medal won't let him go from that. 13 and change to play in the first half. Still 6-5 Eastern Shore. Low-scoring defensive struggle. Here's Ahmad Frost. Finds Baycoat. Catch and shoot right wing three. Missed everything again. And here comes Desmond Williams the other way for Florida A&M. Spreads it up to Mays. Mays stutter step. No look. Left wing for Ravenel. Ravenel with the defense closing fast. Kicks it back out to Mays. Mays free throw line. Steps in 20 foot. Yes. Elijah Mays. Sharp shooter at 48% from the floor. He's not going to miss that one. And Florida A&M with a 7-0 run. They go up 7-6. 12:34 to play in the first half. McIntosh zooms in. Float shot too strong. Gainer's putback falls short. And McIntosh hauls in the long rebound. Fresh 30. Baycoat, right elbow. Back out to Frost. And Frost slams on the brakes. Holds the hand out like a safety officer. Frost driving against Ravenel, right baseline, takes it to the rack himself. Ahmad Frost with a burst of speed.
Our first half-court basket.
8-7 Eastern Shore, 8 minutes into the basketball game. Here's Mays in the left wing for the Rattlers. Now Severado around the horn to Ravenel. Inside, this is Barham, turnaround 13-footer. Yes, Justin Ravenel. Check that, Marcus Barham hits it over McIntosh. 9-8 FAMU. 11:45 to play in the first half. Coming up on another media timeout. McIntosh wraps around inside to Leandre Thomas. He's double teamed and he's fouled on the way up. 2 free throws coming up for Leandre Thomas. It's the first foul of the game for either side. It goes against Desmond Williams of the Rattlers. We'll take a break. 11:40 to play in the opening session. 9-8 Florida A&M on top on the Shore Sports Network and SFMSports.net.
Committed to serving you even better. McCready Health Immediate Care and Imaging Center in Princess Anne. Stop by when you need us and experience our expanded services, including 3D mammography for advanced early detection of breast cancer. Conveniently located next to Food Lion in Princess Anne and open 7 days a week from 10 to 8. Most insurance plans are accepted and no appointments are needed at McCready Health Immediate Care and Imaging Center. McCready Health, with you for life.
Training is about more than muscle. It's about inner strength. So I push myself. That's why I serve in the United States Coast Guard. I train with the best. A team that shares my drive and commitment. We collect intelligence, guard our shores against drug smugglers, and keep our waterways safe. Because our nation expects more. Discover a future that exceeds your expectations. Learn more at gocoastguard.com.
This is Maryland Eastern Shore basketball from SFMSports.net.
Back in Princess Anne, Florida A&M leading Maryland Eastern Shore 9-8. 11:40 to play in the first half. Low scoring struggle for the Hawks.
That's an understatement. Both squads, though, really struggling. A lot of missed shots, a couple air balls on each side. I don't think the basket's moving, but they're certainly missing.
This is shaping up to be like that one scene from Pulp Fiction. Nobody can hit their targets.
Yeah, that's true. Except for the 2 dunks. We made
yes.
Thomas put them down with no problem.
The other Thomas is on the free throw line for Eastern Shore. Leandre Thomas, after the foul by Desmond Williams. Leandre, a 53% foul shooter on the season, and the lefty's first shot up and good. Gets the favorable bounce off the back of the iron and back down. Thomas started about 3 or 4 games in a row for Eastern Shore as Bobby Collins was trying to shuffle through his lineup and find something that would work. Second free throw, good. So Leandre Thomas makes them both. That'll boost his average. Hawks go up 10-9. 11:38 to play in the first half. Nasir Kaur brings it up for Florida A&M. He's fresh into the basketball game for Robert McCullum and company. Kaur to Barham, back to Nasir Kaur. Now it's Barham left to center, tries to fake inside. Now it's left baseline to Severado. Back out to Barham. Barham left wing, hand off to Severado. 8 to shoot, floats it out for Kaur. Kaur driving in, float shot right side of the paint, rattles out, and Leandre Thomas climbs the ladder for it. Nice board by Thomas in traffic. Here comes McIntosh on the right wing for Eastern Shore. Pumps the brakes, heads back towards the Maroon M. Dribbles to the left, hands off to Frost. Now Sean Hodges, who's fresh in for the Shore. And McIntosh, the offensive motion. Chest pass to Frost. Left corner. Now Leandre Thomas leading pass, and his wild shot misses everything. The pass too strong, and he could never recover mentally. Barham comes up right to left for Florida A&M, and now they leave Ravenel wide open. And Ravenel gets ravenous from the left corner. 3 ball for Justin Ravenel. 12-10, Florida A&M. 10:35 to play in the first half.
That's his second 3.
He's got 6 in the ball game. Colin Gaynor top of the circle for the Shore. Chest pass to McIntosh on the right wing. Low looking inside with 10 to shoot. Now finds Hogg straight away. Sean driving in. Step back left elbow. Jumper short. Colin Gaynor giving some big air for that rebound, but it's on the floor and it's a jump ball. Possession pointing back towards Maryland Eastern Shore. Colin Gaynor, 6'5", but he's got some prodigious leaping ability.
And he's got long arms, too. So that's 2 pluses to get rebounds.
Byron Thomas checks back in, and Sean Hogg's out. Walk-on freshman from Lawrenceville, New Jersey. You had 8 points in the Coppin State game the other night. Lob into Myron Thomas, left elbow. He skips inside to Leandre Thomas. Turnaround left-handed hook shot. Pushed it well to the right. And it's a Florida A&M rebound. Barham had it. And Gaynor trying to punch it out. Draws the foul. Not a bad foul to give that time. And it's just a first against Maryland Eastern Shore all night.
Yeah, it's only 2 fouls in the first 10 minutes of the first half. You better not say anything. They might start blowing that one.
Check that. We had 6 points for Justin Ravenel last mention. He's got 8, in fact. That's already his season's average, and he's met it in the first 9 minutes. Halfway through the first half now as Nasir Kaur glides into the front court for Florida A&M. This is Brendan Miles, who's at the top of the circle for FAMU. He's fresh into the contest. Kaur staring down Gaynor, looking inside, wrap around, finds Severado, 18-footer right baseline, skims the rim, and an easy board for Myron Thomas. Here comes McIntosh left to right. Low slams on the brakes. Marked closely by Nasir Kaur. Now it's Myron Thomas and Gaynor on the left sideline. Gaynor drives it in towards the corner, hand off to Frost. Frost trying to get separation, retreats, centers up, drives left elbow, has his pocket picked by Nick Severado, the 6'8" guard with long arms. Here comes Florida A&M the other way. Ravenel finds Barham at the free throw line, and Barham's pass intercepted by Logan McIntosh. McIntosh weaving his way through traffic, hands it off to Frost on the floor. Catch and shoot 3, well strong, and Barham hauls it in. Here come the Rattlers looking to answer. Against Frost, Barham makes his move, misses a float shot. Rebound punched around. Leandre Thomas has it, throws it out towards, well, nobody. And Florida A&M's able to chase it down. Still 12-10 Rattlers, under 9 to play in the first half.
Yeah, a lot of contact out there, letting them play.
Miles hands it off to Kaur at the top of the circle. Kaur, chest pass to the left wing for Ravenel. Ravenel marked by Myron Thomas. 7 to shoot now. It's out to Nasir Kaur, right of center. Spots up from 3. Strong off the iron. And both Thomases fighting for the rebound. Leandre comes down with it instead.
The Hawks playing pretty good defense because the Rattlers are settling for nothing but long 3-point shots.
And that's at least 3 or 4 times now, Dave. They've gotten under 10 in the shot clock. Cross the basketball for the Hawks. Pull-up jumper right elbow. Yes! Ahmad Frost. 60-0 and nothing flat. He hits his first field goal. 12-12, 8-12 to play in the first half. Here's Barham, left wing for Florida A&M. Skips it inside to Severado, posting up, double teamed left post. Hands it off out to Miles. Miles, right-handed floater, halfway down and out. Logan McIntosh the board as physics unfriendly to Florida A&M that time. McIntosh slithers his way through the defense. He's stripped on the way up. And looks like he just lost it himself.
Rattler's ball.
A&M ball when we come back. 7:53 to play in the opening session. 12-12. Low-scoring affair on the Shore Sports Network and SFMSports.net.
I'm Jill Powell. Each day I'll bring you the latest from the floor of the Maryland General Assembly. I'll speak with the newsmakers and feature the sound that is shaping the future of Maryland. Be sure to catch the Maryland Capitol Report at any time at MarylandNewsNetwork.net.
Looking for a sweet deal? Swing by your local CVS pharmacy, where it's easy to find everything you need for your sweetheart. This week only, buy one, get one 50% off select Ghirardelli and Lindt chocolates. Plus, buy one, get one 50% off all CoverGirl cosmetics. Restrictions apply. See circular or cvs.com/weekly ad for details. Feel good? Save money at your neighborhood CVS pharmacy.
There's a way to give her a box of chocolate on Valentine's Day.
And a way to give her a box of chocolate on Valentine's Day.
Turn it up this Valentine's Day with Levion Chocolate Diamond Jewelry from Jared. You'll find more exclusive Levion pieces at Jared than any other jewelry store in the world. And when you visit Jared.com from February 1st through the 14th, you'll receive $100 off any Levion purchase. That's our Valentine's gift to you.
And that's why he went to Jared.
Some exclusions apply. See Jared.com for details.
Wide open.
Back at the Hytche Center, Will DeBoer and Dave Bird with you. 7:53 to play in the first half. It's 12-12. Florida A&M and Maryland Eastern Shore. And Dave, I'm showing you something that really only I care about, but it's the Michigan Intercollegiate Athletic Association men's basketball standings. That's Division III. That's my alma mater's conference, Hope College. Happens to be the oldest conference in America. It's wide open this year in the MIAA. Adrian and Olivet and Hope, each 7-3. Flying Dutchman beat the Calvin Knights 76-59 on Saturday afternoon in Grand Rapids. 198th edition of the rivalry.
Wow. Yeah.
They led wire to wire.
I had the opportunity to watch John Hopkins and Ursanis. Another big-time Division III game.
Gotta love your Division III basketball. And we got one in Salisbury.
Yes.
SU.
Very good.
Rattler basketballs, they nearly turn it over in a half-court trap on the right side, just in front of the timeline. But Florida A&M recovering, and now Elijah Mays sets up the half-court offense. Mays, Williams, Ravenel, and this is Bryce Moraine, freshman from Tampa, who's got it right now. Now top of the circle, Rashad Austin, a sophomore from Tampa, Florida. 4 to shoot. Austin, 2, out to Mays, and Mays, he didn't get it off. Well, they say he did, but he missed the shot anyway. No harm, no foul. And Myron Thomas with the rebound.
I think it's about the 5th time that the Hawks have caused the Rattlers to run the shot clock down.
Methodical offense, but nothing's methodical about this. Maryland Eastern Shore trying to take the lead as this lob inside to Logan, from McIntosh to Myron Thomas. Myron Thomas hooked on the way up, going for that pass, and that's a foul against the Rattlers. It goes against Elijah Mays.
Yeah. And the Rattlers playing everybody. If you noticed, everybody off the bench has now played.
McIntosh, 2 inbound. It's out to Colin Gaynor and hands off to McIntosh. Low from the Hawk and the M logo. Hands off to Sean Hoggs. Kicks it out to a wide open Gaynor. Right corner 3. Air ball. Rebound through the hands of Leandre Thomas, but he recovers. Now 5 to shoot for McIntosh. Clock didn't reset. McIntosh, NBA range 3. Air ball. Gaynor. Put back. Halfway down and out. And Williams clears it for Florida A&M. Nobody can buy a bucket today. Williams drives in, and on that basket, Desmond Williams, the most difficult shot of the night. He's mauled by Leandre Thomas on the way up, banks it high off the board, and in for the hoop and the harm.
Very strong with a left-hander. Something had to fall because nothing's been falling on either side for the entire first half. Back-to-back air balls by the Hawks, and then they missed the offensive.
And then Desmond Williams makes the hardest shot of the day. If you see a cloud of papers going up into the air from your home feed, then
that's us.
That's us, yes. And Williams makes his free throw. 70% foul shooter. A three-point play the old-fashioned way for the preseason all-second team MEAC. 15-12, Florida A&M. 6.5 to play before halftime. Baycoat running the floor for the Shore. Inside to Tyler Jones. Jones back out to Myron Thomas, top of the circle. Now Baycoat, left channel, right in front of the A&M bench. Flicks it off to Hoggs, right of center. Sean Hoggs crossover dribble, tries to shake Williams. Gets up to the right baseline, kicks it out for Baycoat. 5 to shoot. Cam Baycoat staring down Mays, driving in free throw line. Step back, 19-footer. Bang! Cam Baycoat or Kemba Walker out there. You decide. 15-14. Florida A&M up 1. And now a quick response from Barham. He pushes a 3 strong for the left wing. Colin Gaynor corrals the board. Hawks can take a lead with a bucket right here. Cam Baycoat dancing around left elbow. Threads it out for Hoggs. Left corner 3. Got it. Sean Hoggs from long range. Back-to-back buckets for the Hawks. They go up 17-15. 5:40 to play before halftime. Elijah Mays stares it down for Florida A&M. This is now Barham on the left channel to Williams. Around the horn to Moraine. Moraine against Gaynor. One-handed pass for Mays, the free throw line. Now Williams, left wing, scoops it back for Barham. Barham, bounce out for Mays. Mays, free throw line, 8 to shoot. Kicks inside to Williams. Williams misses the layup. Myron Thomas got to interfere with the basket, or the shot attempt, and that probably saved him. And now Sean Hoggs in transition. A double dribble as he did all he can to keep his composure as Elijah Mays came swooping in there like a banshee.
Yeah.
Hoggs with a double dribble, and the Hawks give it right back.
Yeah, Hawks got a little lucky because it could have been a charge. The referee, I think, bailed both players out instead of making the draw, and it made a walk.
Nick Severato refueled, and he checks back in. Elijah Mays walks it up, staring down Sean Hoggs. Now this is Moraine, who splits a couple defenders. Rainbow to Barham, left corner 3. Got it. Marcus Barham, the feed from Bryce Moraine. He was wide open on that left side. And Florida A&M goes back up. 18-17 Rattlers, 4:50 to play in the first half. Colin Gaynor over the timeline. Now Baycoat at the Maroon M. Marked loosely by Barham. Man-to-man D for the Rattlers. Baycoat fakes to the right, instead retreats to the center. Now he moves to the right wing again. Baycoat looking, 7 to shoot. Alley-oop inside to Gaynor. Jumps down, reverse layup. It's blocked. And somehow Tyler Jones able to push it up and in. Almost like a volleyball dig from Tyler Jones on that bucket. And the Hawks go up 19-18. 4 and change to play in the first half.
Yeah, the half-court offense by the Rattlers, most of the time there are a lot of people standing, so the Hawks can play good defense.
This is Mays for A&M at the free throw line, trying to get around Hoggs. Gets separation, step back 17-footer, rattles in and out, and Jones hauls it in. Eastern Shore in transition. This is Baycoat, turns on the Jets. One-handed pass inside to Myron Thomas, and Elijah Mays ripped away the basketball, but he's called for the foul. Tough break for Mays, who had both mitts squarely on the rock. And that's foul number 3 against Florida A&M. That takes us into our last timeout of the half. 3:58 to play in the first half. Eastern Shore up 19-18 on the Shore Sports Network and SFMSports.net.
Hawks fans, improving reliability with new technology and upgrades is only part of Delmarva Power's commitment to customers. They're also helping customers save money and energy with tips, tools, and programs that can help everyone reduce monthly bills. Just visit delmarva.com/everyonesaves for more. That's delmarva.com/everyonesaves. Delmarva Power, proud sponsor of Maryland Eastern Shore Athletics.
Pivot Physical Therapy is the leading provider of physical therapy and sports medicine services in the Mid-Atlantic region, with over 270 clinic locations and providing sports medicine services to over 120 youth, scholastic, collegiate, and professional programs. Pivot Physical Therapy is in your backyard with locations in Salisbury, Berlin, Cambridge, Easton, and Seaford. Pivot Physical Therapy and Pivot Sports Medicine is a proud partner of the University of Maryland Eastern Shore, providing athletic training and physical therapy care to your Maryland Eastern Shore Hawks.
This is Maryland Eastern Shore basketball from SFMSports.net.
Final 3:58 of the first half from the Hytche Center, 19-18 Maryland Eastern Shore. While we have a chance, let's squeeze in everywhere Robert McCullum has been in his coaching career. The 63-year-old from Birmingham, Alabama, began the high school ranks in Alabama. His first assistant job, South Alabama. Then Sanford and South Alabama and Southern Illinois and Kansas State and Florida. Then Illinois head coaching job at Western Michigan for 4 years. South Florida, Nigerian national team, San Francisco, UCF, Georgia Tech, Guangzhou Long Lions in China, and then the Oregon assistant last year. And then it was Florida A&M, and really that song went absolutely nowhere. We also left out antimony, arsenic, aluminum, selenium, and hydrogen and oxygen, and nitrogen and selenium. Translation, he's been everywhere. Everywhere. Myron Thomas, 2 free throws coming up for him. First shot up, rattles in and out. It was halfway down. The meat of that is that Robert McCullum, this is his 3rd head coaching job. He led Western Michigan to the NIT a couple of years, or his 2003 season. Coached there for 3 years. Got the job at South Florida, fired after 2007. As Myron Thomas hits his 2nd free throw. This is his 1st head coaching job in 11 years. 20-18 Maryland Eastern Shore, 3:50 to play in the first half. This is Severado juking around some men for Florida A&M. Now Mays takes the handoff from the Maroon M. Mays staring down Sean Hoggs. Reach around, pass, left elbow to Desmond Williams. Back out to Severado. Now it's Moraine on the right wing. 6 to shoot. Moraine reach around inside Desmond Williams. Right baseline. Step back 18-footer over Myron Thomas. Skims the rim and out. Moraine chases down the offensive rebound. And Florida A&M with a fresh 30. Clock winding down again, Dave.
Again, the Hawks doing a very good job defensively. They're taking the guards right out of it.
They're turning anything inside the arc into a pillbox. And here's a steal by Tyler Jones. Jones in transition, uncontested layup. Good. Tyler Jones with the pickpocket. 22-18, Maryland Eastern Shore. 3 to play in the first half. This is Mays galloping into the front court. Reaches it up to Williams over the timeline. Williams against Myron Thomas. Steps the Jesse Williams signature. At free throw line now. Threads a pass to Moraine. Right baseline. Misses the point blank layup. And Jones swoops in for the rebound. Here's Cam Baycoat over the M for the Shore. Baycoat stutter step inside Jones. It's kicked out of bounds by Severado. Anyway, Robert McCollum to sum things up, helped Oregon to their first Final Four since 1938 last year as an assistant, which led to his head coaching job at Florida A&M. 2007, he was the head coach of the Nigerian national team. Coaching to a 4-1 record at the All-Africa Games that year. Also an assistant for 1 season, the Guangzhou Long Lions and the Chinese Basketball Association. Myron Thomas, the right elbow, missed the shot strong, and there's a scrum for the board in the air. They'll get Tyler Jones for the bump.
Tyler Jones.
First foul against TJ, 3rd foul against Maryland Eastern Shore. Just 3 team fouls for both sides at this late stage in the first half. Mays, cross court to Severado. Severado into attack formation. Here's Barham at the left baseline, dribbling out. Barham marked by Frost. Back out for Mays. Mays dribbling to the right wing in front of the Hawk bench. Finds Severado now around the horn to Ravenel. Justin Ravenel, who's got 8 points. To Barham, top of the circle with 6 to shoot. Barham stops the dribble, reaches around for Williams, fakes right, moves left instead with Jones all over, misses the layup, float shot, and the rebound tipped around, controlled by Orange. Desmond Williams lays it up, but he charges. Myron Thomas camps himself out, the left edge of the cylinder. And again, Dave, Florida A&M just not economical with their shot selection and their clock usage.
Yeah, the Hawks are taking their guards right out of the play, so that there's no inside presence for the Rattlers, so you don't have to worry about it inside presence, and they're guarding the perimeter, and the Rattlers are not shooting very well.
Hawk basketball. Baycoat and Frost bringing it up for the Shore. McIntosh, Thomas, and Jones also on the floor for Whites. The 5 starter for Bobby Collins in the final 2 minutes of the first half. Baycoat to Myron Thomas at the free throw line. Thomas nearly stripped. He retreats out, stops his dribble, looking. Jones calling for it inside left baseline, lays it up and in. Tyler Jones clapping his hands like a seal, and he gets a kiss from a bucket. 24-18 Eastern Shore. 88 seconds to play in the first half. Now they left Barham wide open on the left wing for 3. three, and he answers for Florida A&M. Marcus Barham, a 35% three-point shooter, makes it a one-possession game again. 24-21 Hawks, a minute 15 to go before halftime. Cam Baycoat pumping the brakes. Just in front of the timeline. Now chest pass to Frost in the right wing. Fakes in the corner. Back out to Baycoat. Around the horn, McIntosh left corner. Back out to Baycoat. Frost on the perimeter. Deep right wing three. Rattles in and out. And climbing the ladder for the rebound. That's Ravenel for Florida A&M. Rattlers pushing. Catch and shoot. Barham left wing three. Leaves it strong. Hauled in by Jones. No heat check for Barham, and the heat decidedly off. Logan McIntosh sauntering across the M for Maryland Eastern Shore. A frustrating scoring first half, but they still hold the lead. McIntosh fakes left, jabs in right, now retreats with 10 to shoot. Spreads it for Frost on the left wing. Screens up by Jones. Frost pumps the brakes, drives in, finger rolls good. Ahmad Frost, the perfect hesitation, and the Hawks go up 26-21, 20 seconds to go before halftime.
Yeah, the Hawks guards getting to the basket. The Rattlers guards are not.
4 points. Check that, 6 points now for Ahmad Frost, and a timeout taken by Florida A&M with 13.9 seconds remaining in the session. Rattlers shooting just 8 of 29 from the floor. That is 28%. They're usually at a 41% clip. So the Hawks shutting them down defensively. But Eastern Shore unable to take advantage of that poor shooting day as they are 11 of 31 from the floor. Just 36%, which is just a tick under where they're at, but a paltry 1 of 9 from long range.
Neither team is shooting the ball well, obviously. If the Hawks just shot the ball a little bit better, they'd have a comfortable lead.
Florida A&M can get it to one possession again with a basket on this final look of the first half. Barham inbounds behind the timeline to Mays. To attack formation with 9 seconds left. Mays stops his dribble. McIntosh with the steal. Here comes Logan McIntosh, right sideline. Takes it to rack himself. Blocked by Williams off the backboard. And now, can he get it off? He does, but it's too strong. Justin Ravenel was in a perfect position. A sort of 16-foot offside jumper from the free throw line. He got it off, and just a tick too strong. And on that thud of a finish, we come to halftime from the Hytche Center. Maryland Eastern Shore holding a 26-21 lead in this slog of a basketball game against Florida A&M. We'll take a break. When we come back, halftime analysis and halftime adjustments. Spoiler alert, make more baskets. Again, your halftime score, the Maryland Eastern Shore Hawks 26, the Florida A&M Rattlers 21 on the Shore Sports Network and SFMsports.net.
Hello, I'm your waiter Serge. Would you like to hear the specials? Do they include any wings, hot and cold sandwiches, and Smith Island cake? No, you'll have to go to M Street Grill for that. All right, see ya. Here you go, man. Hawks fans, you want to sink your teeth into great food and watch the game, right? Make M Street Grill your new home. It's a sports bar and restaurant conceived by hospitality and tourism management program students and owned by a Hawk alumni. M Street Grill in the Princess Anne University Village, 410-621-5040.
Do you need a break, a getaway? Plan a visit to Hyatt Place Dewey Beach in Delaware. Lay back, relax with your toes in the sand, and unwind to the sounds of the ocean. Please your palate with a delicious meal at Cape Hassa Restaurant on the Bay while taking in the sights of a beautiful sunset. It's time to get away and make that getaway to the Hyatt Place Dewey Beach. Call 302-864-9100 or visit HyattPlaceDeweyBeach.com. Make a lifetime of memories in your own backyard at Hyatt Place Dewey Beach. That's Hyatt Place Dewey Beach on Facebook and Instagram.
This is Hawks basketball from SFMsports.net.
I'm Tiffany Haddish, and I use Groupon so much they made me the spokesperson. A lot of guys ask me if it's cool to use Groupon for Valentine's Day. So here's the deal. If I catch my Valentine using a Groupon for something like a couple's massage, fondue, or an escape room, he better get used to me because I'm going to be around a while. Trust me, the ultimate aphrodisiac is a man that knows the value of $1. Men, if you're out there, download the app and save. Groupon.
The Starlight Lounge presents an evening with the Progressive Box.
Oh, what a great audience. Let's dim the lights for this next one. Nope, too much.
There it is. Gotta get things just right. Like Progressive's Name Your Price tool. Tell us what you want to pay, and we help you find coverage options that fit your budget. And now, the mood is right. Wait, the lights are back on again. Trudy, can you? And now it's completely dark.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
This is Maryland Eastern Shore basketball from SFMSports.net.
We welcome you inside the Hawk Halftime Show, courtside from the William P. Hytche Athletic Center in Princess Anne, where after 20 minutes of action, Maryland Eastern Shore leads Florida A&M 26-21. Will DeBoer and Dave Berg with you on the Shore Sports Network. And Dave, after the hot start that we saw from the women's game earlier today, we figured the shoe had to drop at some point, and that shoe has dropped for the entirety of the men's first half here. Both teams shooting under 35%. Florida A&M's closer to 25 than they are to 30.
Yeah, and for a team averaging 70 points a game, or very close to it, they're not shooting the ball well. Let's attribute it to the Hawks' good defense. The Hawks have taken their guards right out of the play. There's a lack of penetration and no inside presence right now for the Rattlers.
Indeed, and Maryland Eastern Shore not particularly known for their defense. The fewest points they have allowed in a win this season, scrolling back through, it looks like 63. Which they allowed in the low 60s in a couple of losses last month, but certainly on track for that in this game. Hawks not shooting too hot either. Let's get you the full stats. 11 of 32 in the first half. That's 34.5%. 1 of 9 from downtown. 3 of 4 from the free throw line. Not a lot of fouls in this first half. The Hawks, both Thomas has gotten to the line. They're a combined 3 for 4. As for Florida A&M, the Rattlers shooting 8 of 30 in the first half. 27% from the floor, but 4 of 11 from deep. So they're staying in the periphery of being in this game, largely on the back of their three-point shooting. Free throws, just 1 for 1. They had 1 trip to the line on a hoop and a harm. Leading scorer for the Hawks, Tyler Jones with 6 points, 3 of 6 shootings, also 6 rebounds for the sophomore from Jersey. 6 points also for Ahmad Frost on 3 of 6 shooting in the first half. He had a couple of nice dribble drives to the basket. Myron Thomas has 5 points and 4 rebounds. 3 off the bench for Sean Hoggs, a deuce each for Cam Baycoat, Logan McIntosh, and Leandre Thomas, and Colin Gaynor was scoreless in the first half. As for Florida A&M, 8 points each for Justin Ravenel and Marcus Barham. Ravenel had it the first 8 minutes. He hasn't scored since, though, and Marcus Barham's been plugging away. He's got a couple of trays. 3 points for Desmond Williams, the most acrobatic basket of the ball game, his only make. But Williams, who's usually a 44% shooter, is 1 for 6 from the floor in this one.
With 2 fouls.
Indeed. And 2 points for Elijah Mace, who also has 2 fouls, and then that's it. Everybody else scoreless for Florida A&M. Nick Severato, Cole Nasir Cole rather, strike that, reverse his names. Brennan Miles, Bryce Moraine, and Rashad Austin, all goose eggs in the first half. Rebounding wise, Eastern Shore 25 boards in the first half to Florida A&M's 18, 6-3 on the offensive end. Fouls, 3 for Maryland Eastern Shore. Nobody's got more than 1. For Florida A&M, just 4 fouls for them. They're just in the wrong spots. 2 each for Desmond Williams and Elijah Mays, 2 of their top scorers, the only 2 in foul trouble. Rough luck for the Rattlers, indeed. Let's see. What's next? What do we usually do next? Assists. We usually do assists next. 5-3 for Florida A&M. Turnovers, 6 for the Shore, 8 for the Rattlers. Blocks, 2-0 FAMU, and steals, 5-3 Shore. Points in the paint. It's been all Maryland Eastern Shore, 16-2. Underneath the glass for Maryland Eastern Shore. Points off turnovers, 8-5 for the Hawks. Second chance points, 4-0 Eastern Shore. Fast break points, 6-2 for Eastern Shore rather. And bench points, 5-0 for the Hawks. Got 2 ties and 8 lead changes as nobody was able to really get loose from each other over the first few minutes. Hawks eventually ballooned the lead to 6. Florida A&M within 5 at the end of the first half. Eastern Shore, they 26-21 lead after 20 minutes of action. Certainly, as M Street Grills just tweeted, a real barn burner, folks. The barn, yeah, it's about as on fire as one that's soaked in what's like anti-turpentine.
Yeah, something. The Hawks, I believe we can go inside. I really do. And it's going to present problems for the Rattlers because we're already in foul trouble with Williams down inside. If we get down inside, we got a great chance of coming away with a W. This game's probably going to rest on which team gets hot. Which team can make some shots in a time period and get a little bit of lead.
Considering it's Division I basketball and neither of these defenses is Virginia, you think, yes, at some point somebody's going to get hot. Hawks hoping it's them. They'll try and heat themselves up coming out of the locker room. We'll take a break. Come back, see what's happening around the Mid-Eastern Athletic Conference on this Monday night, including the primetime game on ESPNU in action right now from Durham. All that and more next part of the halftime show up next on the Shore Sports Network and SFMSports.net.
I'm Jill Powell. Each day I'll bring you the latest from the floor of the Maryland General Assembly. I'll speak with the newsmakers and feature the sound that is shaping the future of Maryland. Be sure to catch the Maryland Capitol Report at any time at MarylandNewsNetwork.net.
Hawks fans, improving reliability with new technology and upgrades is only part of Delmarva Power's commitment to customers. They're also helping customers save money and energy with tips, tools, and programs that can help everyone reduce monthly bills. Just visit delmarva.com/everyonesaves for more. That's delmarva.com/everyonesaves. Delmarva Power, proud sponsor of Maryland Eastern Shore Athletics.
Pivot Physical Therapy is the leading provider of physical therapy and sports medicine services in the Mid-Atlantic region with over 270 clinic locations and providing sports medicine services to over 120 youth, scholastic, collegiate, and professional programs. Pivot Physical Therapy is in your backyard with locations in Salisbury, Berlin, Cambridge, Easton, and Seaford. Pivot Physical Therapy and Pivot Sports Medicine is a proud partner of the University of Maryland Eastern Shore, providing athletic training and physical therapy care to your Maryland Eastern Shore Hawks.
Hello, I'm your waiter Serge. Would you like to hear the specials? Do they include any wings, hot and cold sandwiches, and Smith Island cake? No, you'll have to go to M Street Grill for that. All right, see ya. Here you go, man. Hawks fans, you want to sink your teeth into great food and watch the game, right? Make M Street Grill your new home. It's a sports bar and restaurant conceived by hospitality and tourism management program students and owned by a Hawk alumni. M Street Grill in the Princess Anne University Village, 410-621-5040.
Training is about more than muscle. It's about inner strength. So I push myself. That's why I serve in the United States Coast Guard. I train with the best. A team that shares my drive and commitment. We collect intelligence, guard our shores against drug smugglers, and keep our waterways safe. Because our nation expects more. Discover a future that exceeds your expectations. Learn more at gocoastguard.com.
Take Hawks basketball with you anywhere. Get the SFM Go app in the Google Play or iTunes Store and stream on SFM Sports Channel 2.
Back on the Hawk halftime show, Maryland Eastern Shore leading Florida A&M 26-21 at the break. Let's take a look around the Mid-Eastern Athletic Conference. Big night for the MEAC. We've got a game on ESPNU right now. Prime time from Durham, and hold the phone, everybody. 5:38 to play in the second half. Hampton leading North Carolina Central 75-61.
14.
Jermaine Morrow's approaching another triple-double, perhaps. He's got 23 points, 9 rebounds, and 7 assists so far, and he'll need to keep scoring in order to put away the Eagles. And Central's fallen off of the pace of first-place Savannah State as of late. They're a game and a half back, and yes, how about that? Savannah State's number one in the MEAC right now at 8-1. They're sitting idle right now, and they have a half-game lead over North Carolina A&T, who's in a scrum with winless Dell State. Second half action underway from Greensboro, and the Aggies are down 30-28 against Delaware State, who's 0-9 in the MEAC so far, but you know that means they're due for one.
Yeah, they've had a lot of close games. They're like the Hawks a little bit.
Yes, they are.
Many down to the wire games.
Other scores, halftime from Bethune-Cookman, Wildcats 40, Norfolk State 39. Norfolk State's on the rise as well. 3 minutes to go from South Carolina State in the first half. The Bulldogs down 38-22 against Coppin State, who's also playing well right now. And Morgan State, who's in free fall, trying to right the ship against a hot Howard team. The Bears lead the Bison 30-19 at the break. Only top 25 game that's on tonight on Big Monday. It was the big one from Oklahoma. That's at 9 o'clock. Trae Young and the Sooners hosting the West Virginia Mountaineers. All right, we're going to take one last break, and when we come back, second half action, we'll see if anybody can get their hearts kick-started. Somebody call Nikki 6 on the Shore Sports Network and SFMSports.net.
Save more with Liberty Mutual Insurance.
Hey, Esther, Liberty Mutual just saved me $782 on insurance. Liberty did what? I know. It's a lot of money, right? What'd you say? Liberty Mutual saved me $782.
Visit us online to get a quote.
What?
I said, visit us online to get a quote, and you can save $782. Liberty Mutual Insurance. Based on a recent countrywide new customer survey, coverage is underwritten by Liberty Mutual Insurance Company, Equal Housing Insurer.
Are you still talking?
DirecTV Now presents Don't Be Frustrated with Michael B. Jordan.
Oh, hey, man. Oh, hi, Mike. Oh, what are you doing? I'm just banging my head against the wall over and over again. Why? Because I've got cable, and it's so frustrating. I had to wait hours for the cable guy. Now I have this big, ugly cable box.
You know you should just get DirecTV Now.
Okay.
It's live TV you can stream on any screen. No cable guy, no cable box.
Really? That's amazing. Now I won't have to bang my head against the wall anymore.
Nope. Now you can watch on your phone, tablet, or TV while you bang your head against something softer, like this pillow, the squeaky toy, this loaf of bread, this bicycle horn, fun, this whoopee cushion, this potato. Who doesn't love mashed potatoes?
Get DirecTV Now and get rid of cable. Watch live TV with no cable box, only from AT&T.
DirecTV Now requires a compatible device that is sold separately. Your service renews monthly at a minimum of $35 a month until you cancel. Limit 2 concurrent streams. Pricing subject to change. Taxes and restrictions apply. See DirecTVNow.com for details.
When hiring, you don't have time to waste. You need to get to a short list of qualified candidates fast. That's why you need Indeed.com. Daryl is hired with Indeed.
Using the site saves me a lot of time. It makes my job so much easier.
Post a job in minutes. Set up screener questions. Then zero in on qualified candidates using an intuitive dashboard. Your time is precious. Let Indeed help you get to your short list of qualified candidates. Post a job at Indeed.com/hire. Search for greatness. Search Indeed.
This is Maryland Eastern Shore basketball from SFMSports.net.
Back on the Shore, second half action from the Hytche Center. Maryland Eastern Shore leading Florida A&M 26-21. A low-scoring slog. You know, some basketball games are like boxing matches where everybody's lending their punches jab for jab, and it's really crisp. This is like someone I heard once describe Ringo Starr's drumming as like slugging a wet dachshund.
Really?
And this is sort of the game like that. It's like sloshing each other with wet boxing gloves.
You're going back pretty far with Ringo Starr analogy, you know what I mean?
He was my favorite Beatle growing up. I liked Ringo. Florida A&M basketballs, they'll try and orchestrate something and cross a universe into some better offense. A&M balls, we begin the second half. This is Mays for Orange. That's Desmond Williams with those 2 fouls. Stops and pops at the right elbow, and he flicks it in. Boy, Williams, like he's got a pogo stick for shoes. He got all over everybody on that one. 26-23, one-possession ball game again, 30 seconds into the second half.
Yeah, and A&M went to their best player right off the bat. Little locker room talk there.
McIntosh has it for Eastern Shore. Hawks moving right to left in this second half. Now Jones dribbles, stops at the left elbow. Backdoor cut to Frost. He's trapped underneath the basket. Fakes a couple of times. Misses the layup, and Myron Thomas is able to flick it back in with the fingers. 28-23. Maryland Eastern Shore up. 1 minute into the second half. Here's Elijah Mays, top of the circle for FAMU. Top of the circle, Adam Severado. Severado, chest pass to Mays on the right wing. Driving in Mays, and Frost able to strip him on the way up, out of bounds. Nice defense by Ahmad Frost. And a whistle from the officials as they finally put Florida A&M's bucket on the scoreboard. 12 to shoot for the Rattlers. Mays pounds the basketball, floats it into the backcourt for Williams. Now chest pass to Barham, top of the circle. Barham stops his dribble, threads it for Mays. Mays cutting in with 3 to shoot. Pull up the 12-footer halfway down and out. And Myron Thomas is able to grab it from the lip. Here comes McIntosh, coast to coast, falling away bucket, draws the foul, and Logan McIntosh is headed to the free throw line.
I think that's Mays' 3rd foul.
It is. Elijah Mays, 3 fouls for Florida A&M. He's got 3, Desmond Williams has 2, and nobody else has any.
Now, I don't see anybody on their bench that's going to take his place.
Logan McIntosh rolls in his first free throw. He's a 73% shooter from the stripe. Senior who transferred from Northeastern Oklahoma A&M Community College last year, and he rattles home his 2nd free throw. McIntosh with 4, and it's a touchdowns lead for Eastern Shore. 30-23, a minute and a half into the second half. Williams circles up to the left wing for Florida A&M, steps up to the right elbow, a pull-up jumper, yes, nothing but net for Desmond Williams, who's starting to heat up from that spot.
And we don't want to see him heat up.
30-25, Hawks, 18 and change to play in the ball game. McIntosh jumps to the right sideline for Baycoat for Eastern Shore. Now it's McIntosh again from the edge of the M. Into Myron Thomas, the pass intercepted by Desmond Williams, who tiptoes in bounds on the left sideline and lays it up and in uncontested. Beautiful transition, scoop and score from Desmond Williams. 1 possession game again, 30-27. And now McIntosh with his answer. He's fouled on a floater as he does what he does best, turning on the jets and getting into the paint quickly. There's a foul against Nick Severato. Was that allowed, Dave? Anybody who's not Williams or Mays getting a foul call against them?
It's the first one of this game.
McIntosh back to the free throw line, trying to make up for his turnover that led to the easy Williams bucket. First free throw, in and out. Williams with 6 points right off the bat in the second half.
That probably has something to do with the halftime talk in the locker room.
6'6", forward, but built like a guard, and play both ends of the court as McIntosh makes his second free throw, 1 of 2 for Lowe. 31-27 Shore, 2 minutes into the second half. Ravenel dribble drives in left side of the paint, and he's fouled on the way up. So a first half where we saw nary a whistle. We've had several trips to the free throw line so far in the first 2+ minutes. Myron Thomas called for the infraction.
The Rattlers have 2 lefties, and they're both going up the left side. That's something that the Hawks need to be aware of. I'm sure they are.
Well, they can go to the left side, but Desmond Williams has been deadly from the right elbow himself. Even tougher to guard. Justin Ravenel, 75% shooter, and the fellow Georgian buries it. Ravenel had 8 points in the first half of the first half for Maryland, for Florida A&M. Quiet until this moment. Now the Southpaw's second free throw, good. 2-point basketball game, 31-25 Shore, 17 and change to play. And now the Hawks, some showtime in transition. Tyler Jones had a layup. Looked like it might have been on the way down, but it's blocked by Ravenel. Here come the Rattlers. Ravenel shakes off his man. Left wing 3. Short. McIntosh climbs up for it, and it's knocked out of bounds by Severato. Eastern Shore basketball. That was bang, bang. What do you think?
I'm not sure about that. I'm still trying to figure it out. I was watching Coach McCollum call the change defense there.
McIntosh serpentining into the front court. Here's a handoff to Frost. Catch and shoot straight away. 3 just to the right. And this one's cleared by Ravenel. Here comes Ravenel, left to right for Orange. Just past to Mays on the left wing. Back up to Ravenel straight away. Fakes in and retreats out. Back to Mays on the left sideline. Now it's Williams in the left corner. Feeds Severato. It's tipped off the backboard, and coming down with it's Barham, who just clicks his heels up from the left side, and it's in. Tie basketball game, 31-31. 3 minutes into the second half. McIntosh, as the Hawks need an answer. Frost on the right sideline. Ahmad looking for a screen. Takes it from Jones. Severato comes over to help. Free throw line. Left elbow. Jumper. Yes. Ahmad Frost gets the separation. His mid-range jumper game strong. He's got 8. 33-31. Hawks back up. 16:30 to play in the ball game. Here's Barham top of the circle for Orange. Wrap around pass to Williams on the right baseline. Fakes against Thomas, and then he draws the foul. There's that unintentional intentional shot where Williams just chucking it up in order to get the contact from Myron Thomas.
Yeah, little pump fake. Cause the defensive player to come toward you, and then you just lean in a little bit and get the call.
Fouls against Myron Thomas, and Desmond Williams' first free throw rolls on in. 1-point basketball game. Colin Gaynor in, Cam Baycoat out. Williams, last year, third-team All-MEAC. 16 points, 6 rebounds a game for the Rattlers. Transferred from Alabama Southern Community College, and he shakes in this one, too. 33 all. Williams with 11. 8 of them coming in the first scrum of the second half. Colin Gaynor on the left channel for the Shore. Now it's Jones dribbling to the right side. Laterals back to Frost. Frost wrap around to Myron Thomas. Jump stepped in. Point blank layup. Somebody got a hand on it. Myron's second chance rattles out. Third chance for Myron Thomas. Third time's the charm from the right side. Myron Thomas has 9 in this one. 35-33 Shore. 15 and change to play. Mays pumps the brakes against Frost. Now Williams back out to Mays for A&M. Floats it in for Severado, left to center. Goes back to Mays on the right wing with 10 to shoot. Overhead pass straight away to Ravenel, who spots up. And a whistle as the shot was up, or was that an offensive foul?
I think a moving screen
a
there.
Moving screen. It'll go against Nick
screen.
Severado, and that's number 2 against him. And that takes us into our first media timeout of the half. 35-33, Maryland Eastern Shore on top. 15:37 to play in the second half on the Shore Sports Network and SFMSports.net.
The Eastern Shore is a perfect place to visit year-round. A gem hidden on the lower shore is the Henson, located in the heart of Princess Anne on the picturesque campus of the University of Maryland Eastern Shore. The Henson is the perfect choice for campus visits, business trips, reunions, meetings, and relaxing getaways. Check into the Henson and we'll take care of the rest. Book online at umes.edu/Henson.
Committed to serving you even better. McCready Health Immediate Care and Imaging Center in Princess Anne. Stop by when you need us and experience our expanded services, including 3D mammography for advanced early detection of breast cancer. Conveniently located next to Food Line in Princess Anne and open 7 days a week from 10 to 8. Most insurance plans are accepted and no appointments are needed at McCready Health Immediate Care and Imaging Center. McCready Health, with you for life.
We now pause 10 seconds for station identification.
The flagship station for Maryland Eastern Shore basketball is WTGM Salisbury, Delmarva's Fox Sports 960.
Back at the Hytche Center, the students are back, hoping to will the Hawks to victory. Eastern Shore clinging to a 35-33 lead over Florida A&M with 15:37 to play. It's been a long winter for Maryland Eastern Shore. Lost 7 in a row. They're 1-8 in conference play. 7 of those losses by 10 points or fewer. Dave, if the ball bounces differently for a few of those games, the Hawks could be 6-3, 7-2, even 8-1.
Yeah, it's a lot of close losses. That's tough.
The only true blowout loss, the one at Savannah State, turned out to be an okay loss. They're number 1 in the league right now. Hawk basketball trying to build on the 2-point cushion. Here's Frost. Leandre Thomas top of the circle. He checked back into the game. Now Colin Gaynor fakes a shot. Instead reaches around inside to Myron Thomas. Myron Thomas reverse layup. Good. Thomas right to left on the baseline. And he's got 11 and 7 in this game. Welcome back, Myron. 37-33 Hawks. 15 and change to play.
Nobody to match the Myron Thomas man to man.
Florida A&M looking to answer. Nasir Kaur hands it off to Elijah Mays. Mays floats it for Williams, and Myron Thomas picks his packet. Thomas one with Mays, steps around him, draws the foul, missed the shot. But Myron Thomas has got 2 free throws coming up, and he's grimacing to Leandre Thomas as he slaps a 5. He knows he should have had the bucket, but he's got 2 free throws coming up, and that's, more importantly, number 4 against Elijah Mays. Serious foul trouble for the floor general for Florida A&M.
If he goes out there, they have nobody.
Robert McCallum's not looking like he's going deeper onto the bench than he is right now, and Mays will stay out there with 4 fouls. First free throw from Myron Thomas.
I don't know if he has any choice. He's subbing.
Justin Ravenel checking back in as now Mays takes a seat for Orange. Thomas, standout from Cleveland Central Catholic High School, second team All-State as a senior, shows the shore over Cleveland State and Youngstown State. Second free throw, strong off the iron. Colin Gaynor trying to chase down the board. It's on the floor. Gaynor has it up for Orange hands, and Myron Thomas swats it away. Chaotic scrum of the ball. Now Myron Thomas has it, steps around, finger roll layup. He got it. Myron Thomas doing it himself, and there's a steal by McIntosh on the inbound. Frost had it. It's off of his hands, and the Hawks just a little too excited that time.
They had a very good opportunity that time. McIntosh for a steal on the inbounds pass, and they just missed a bucket going up.
39-33 Hawks, 14.5 minutes to play. Florida A&M with the basketball. It's Williams top of the circle, marked by Myron Thomas. Now here's Moraine, finds Core at the top of the circle, around the horn to Ravenel. Quick trigger 3 from the right wing, strong. Colin Gaynor climbs the ladder. Gaynor to McIntosh for the shore. Low on the left wing, feeds Leandre Thomas inside, tiptoes inside, just beyond the line. He's double teamed back at the McIntosh, and he can't handle the pass. Another Hawk turnover. Myron Thomas having a game against Florida A&M, 13 points and 7 rebounds, approaching what would be his 3rd straight double-double in his last 3 games at least. Didn't play against Coppin State last Monday. Nasir Kaur left to right of the channel for A&M. This is Ravenel, cuts in, finger roll from the left side of the paint, rattles around and in. Ravenel with the answer. 39-35 Hawks, 13 and change to play. Now Ahmad Frost with the quick trigger 3 on the right wing. Frost so deadly. He's got 11 touchdowns lead for the Hawks, their largest, 42-35 Shore. And a turnover from Florida A&M as the pass to Ravenel on the right sideline. Wild. He dribbled it over the sideline.
A wild pass by Williams, very hard, and he couldn't handle it.
Hawks on a 9-2 run since the last media. McIntosh threads a pass for Gaynor, straight away for 3. Too strong, and it's Core who hauls it in. In transition, Florida A&M. Ravenel taking himself left baseline, missed the layup. McIntosh got back for defense, and Frost hauls in the board. Here comes Ahmad Frost galloping right to left across the timeline. Now he pumps the brakes and lets the half-court offense get set up. 7-point Hawk lead, 13 minutes even to play in the first half. The second half, rather. McIntosh takes the handoff. Screen set by Leandre Thomas. Then to shoot. Lowe takes it himself. Sees a seam in the left baseline. Missed the layup. Leandre's putback darts too strong. And Nasir Kaur comes down with the rebound. Kaur spins around 2 Hawk defenders. Kaur takes it himself. Draws the contact. Myron Thomas. No whistle. Pass deflected. Moraine comes down with it. Now it's into the right corner for Kaur. And Florida A&M decides to reset. Bounce pass inside to Williams at the left elbow. Williams fall away over Myron Thomas. Swish. Desmond Williams, he's got 13 to lead the way for the Rattlers. No rattling on that shot.
No, I can't believe they're not going to him just about every time down the floor.
42-37 Eastern Shore, 12:15 to play. And it's a steal by Williams and a foul by Ahmad Frost as Williams tried to break away for the bucket. And he had a one-handed dunk that he got waved off, and the whole crowd's not going to like that. Tyler Jones checks back in. Myron Thomas out for Maryland Eastern Shore. Crowd got galvanized by that bit of showmanship from Williams.
I'm not surprised they didn't get called for an intentional foul. The Hawks were lucky.
It didn't seem like it was a clear hook. It was just sort of last-ditch reach out. Nasir Kaur. Now it's Severato top the circle for FAMU. Floats it to Ravenel on the right wing. Frost guarding him closely. Overhand pass to Core. Spots up 20 foot, halfway down and all the way down. Nasir Core with the mid-range J. One possession game again. Florida A&M's back within 42-39. Under 12 to play in the ball game. Coming up on another media timeout. McIntosh stops his dribble for the Shore. Now it's Jones on the left wing. Jones works around Williams. Stops at the left high post. Jones looking. Bounces it back out for Frost on the wing. 10 to shoot for Ahmad Frost. He's got Ravenel right in his face. Frost, screen's coming from Leandre Thomas. Frost circles up, gets separation. Pass deflected, poked out, and controlled by Ravenel. Here comes Florida A&M, and a near steal by Logan McIntosh, but he got too much body of Nasir Core. They'll call McIntosh for the hustle foul, and that takes us into another break. 11:20 to play from the Hytche. 42-39. Eastern Shore up 4 now on the Shore Sports Network and SFMSports.net.
Pivot Physical Therapy is the leading provider of physical therapy and sports medicine services in the Mid-Atlantic region, with over 270 clinic locations and providing sports medicine services to over 120 youth, scholastic, collegiate, and professional programs. Pivot Physical Therapy is in your backyard with locations in Salisbury, Berlin, Cambridge, Easton, and Seaford. Pivot Physical Therapy and Pivot Sports Medicine is a proud partner of the University of Maryland Eastern Shore, providing athletic training and physical therapy care to your Maryland Eastern Shore Hawks.
Hello, I'm your waiter Serge. Would you like to hear the specials? Do they include any wings, hot and cold sandwiches, and Smith Island cake? No, you'll have to go to M Street Grill for that. All right, see ya. Here you go, man. Hawks fans, you want to sink your teeth into great food and watch the game, right? Make M Street Grill your new home. It's a sports bar and restaurant conceived by hospitality and tourism management program students and owned by a Hawk alumni. M Street Grill in the Princess Anne University Village, 410-621-5040.
This is Maryland Eastern Shore basketball from SFMSports.net.
Back at the Hytche Center, Maryland Eastern Shore leading at Florida A&M 42-39, 11:20 to play in the second half. We got a final from North Carolina Central, Dave. Hampton 86, Eagles 70.
Yeah, that's a big win for Hampton.
Hampton's now 5-4 in conference as they get back into the swing of things, and Jermaine Morrow makes a push for MEAC first team at the postseason. 25 points, 9 rebounds, and 8 assists for Jermaine Morrow. Let me tell you, I'm glad that Hampton's leaving because I would not want to face him for 2 more years. Whose basketball is it anyway? It's been that sort of a game where you never really know who's got possession of the ball. Thank you, Dave. FAMU basketball, and the Sierra Court inbound. Stack of orange jerseys at the right wing. Now they all get in motion and scatter, and a whistle before the inbound. They'll get Cam Baycoat for a hook. 5th foul against Maryland Eastern Shore. Baycoat, McIntosh, Gaynor, Myron Thomas, and Jones on the floor for White. Core to inbound again. This time he flicks it into Ravenel. That's right back to Nasir Core, sophomore guard from Freedom High School in Tampa, Florida. Core dancing around with McIntosh. They're Fred and Ginger on the center of the perimeter. Core underneath the basket. His pass deflected and juggled in by Colin Gaynor. Here comes Maryland Eastern Shore trying to build this lead to 2 possessions. McIntosh jabbing in and out. Spreads it out for Gaynor on the right wing. Gaynor retreats, and it's back to McIntosh to reset. Lowe dribbling towards the right channel right in front of the Hawk bench. Just past to Gaynor straight away. Now it's Baycoat around the horn. Baycoat looking, finds McIntosh on the left wing. Lobs it inside for Myron Thomas. Trying to post up against Williams. Fakes shot, now drives in. Double team. Myron caught underneath, and he's fouled by some sort of indiscriminate orange blob. And the blob draws the foul.
And they have him surrounded.
It was Rashad Austin who gets the infraction. Fouls on the floor, and the clock resets to 20. A couple substitutions. Marcus Barham's back in as well as Elijah Mays, and circle his name in red ink, everybody. He's got 4 fouls. He's still got 10:39 to play. McIntosh fakes in twice and just pushes it out to Gaynor in the backcourt. Now it's Baycoat on the right channel. Baycoat starting his dribble, gallops, Back out to Gaynor, around the horn to McIntosh. McIntosh to Baycoat in the left corner with 7 to shoot. Baycoat straight away to McIntosh. Low at the right elbow, fakes in, couple of crossovers, drives in, floats shot with the clock expiring, and he rolls it in. Logan McIntosh, that's his favorite shot. He's got 7, 44-39 Eastern Shore. Come up halfway through the second half. Now it's Desmond Williams who nearly gets Myron Thomas to bite on the steal and just glides to the basket over Jones. You're right, Dave, too easy. 44-41. Eastern Shore up, under 10 minutes to play. McIntosh sitting on the rock from the Maroon M. There's Baycoat. Now Jones, right corner. Step back 19-footer, too strong. And Barham clears for Orange. Here comes Mays, and then Williams kicks it to himself. 18-footer, gets his own rebound off the miss. Back out to Barham straight away. Stutter step at the free throw line. Wraparound layup. Missed the shot, but he's fouled on the way up.
Yeah, the Rattlers changed defense that time, went to a zone. Hawks shot it pretty quick, and
it's
now
been
from the free throw line.
If you recall, in some of these late losses for Eastern Shore, the interior inside the perimeter has been completely sealed off like a wall, and Florida A&M may be trying to follow that same game plan. The Hawks need to work their way inside. They owned the glass in the first half. First free throw by Barham, nothing but net. 86% foul shooter. He's 4th in the MEAC. And what a weapon that is to have late in the game. Barham averaging 16.5 points a game. He's now got 11 tonight. Transferred from Wallace State Community College, originally from Melbourne, Florida. The Holy Trinity Episcopal Academy. Second free throw sits on the rim and out. Myron Thomas with the rebound. 44-42, Maryland Eastern Shore. 9.5 to play in the ball game. Hawks trying to snap a 7-game losing streak. Finally win the close one. Here's Frost from the M. Calling for some help as the clock winds down. Jones calling for it. They work it to Gaynor in the left corner with 9 to shoot. Gaynor fakes it against Austin. Drives to the basket. Blocked by Williams. Gaynor gets his own rebound. And he's fouled on the putback. Look at Marcus Barham for the foul. And that was not on the shooting foul against Gaynor. That was on the floor. So the clock resets at 20 for Maryland Eastern Shore. McIntosh to inbound. It's out to Myron Thomas, right corner. Scoops it out to Jones. And now Frost straight away. Frost driving in, right elbow, stops, looks, floats it out to McIntosh. 8 to shoot for the Hawks. Logan staring down Williams, drives in against him. Scoop pass to Myron Thomas. Alley-oop layup, too strong off the iron, and Williams is there for the easy board. FAMU Katai with a 2 lead with a 3. Cutting in his Mays, and Mays juggles it off himself. Tried to do too much that time, and the Rattlers give it away.
Yep, a little too much, you're right, from the guard. That's what Coach McCullough's saying, too, isn't he?
And to someone in the crowd, that was a very funny turnover because he's been laughing like Elmer Fudd for about 10 seconds. Hawk basketball. Hawks hunting wabbits and baskets here as Colin Gaynor from the left corner skims the rim. Juggled into the hands of Mays. Mays in transition for Florida A&M. Takes it nearly uncontested to the right side layup. It's good. 44 all. 8 and change to play in the ball game. Hawks need an answer here to avoid letting the Rattlers take the lead for the first time in this half. Here, Frost left wing for 3. Got it. Ahmad Frost, much needed from distance. It's 47-44. Hawks go back up. 8 to play in the ball game. And an immediate answer, Justin Ravenel from the left corner. Nothing but net for Ravenel, who's got 15. 47 all as this Turtle Derby is slowly but surely morphing into a horse race with 7:42 remaining. McIntosh, no look, Frost, left corner 3. Strong. Myron Thomas over the back on the rebound attempt. And with 7:36 to play in the ball game, Myron Thomas picks up his 3rd foul. Bonus time for Florida A&M when we come back. 47-47. Hawks and Rattlers looking for a fight to the finish on the Shore Sports Network and SFMSports.net.
Hawks fans, improving reliability with new technology and upgrades is only part of Delmarva Power's commitment to customers. They're also helping customers save money and energy with tips, tools, and programs that can help everyone reduce monthly bills. Just visit delmarva.com/everyonesaves for more. That's delmarva.com/everyonesaves. Delmarva Power, proud sponsor of Maryland Eastern Shore Athletics.
In the Mid-Eastern Athletic Conference, success for our student athletes isn't just measured by wins and losses, points on the scoreboard, or individual stats. It's also measured by their performance in the classroom, in the community, and ultimately graduation. Our student athletes aren't just playing to win a single game. They're playing to win at life, because games end, but life keeps on going. The MEAC, educating student athletes for the game of life.
You're shooting better.
Back on the shore, the Delmarva Shore to be exact. 7:36 to play in the second half. Maryland Eastern Shore 47, Florida A&M 47. Coming up this week on Hawk Talk Live, Matt McCann from the Sports Information Department will be my co-host as Ricky Powlett on his perpetual assignment. We'll talk basketball. We'll talk, hopefully, Hawk baseball as they're getting ready to begin things. Brian Holloman, the brand new head coach for Maryland Eastern Shore after a long and distinguished career at Parkside High School.
That's right.
He'll come and hoping to revamp the Hawk program. Hopefully we'll get to talk to him, but that's 6 o'clock on Thursday night, Hawk Talk Live, wherever you can listen to Hawk Athletics, so the entirety of the network. Fox Sports 960 in Salisbury, SFMSports.net, various local radio stations.
That's right. The most important thing, though, he's my son-in-law.
Yes.
So you got to keep that in retrospect.
Oh, of course. Well, that's what you're here for.
Yeah, that's right.
Papa? All is nothing but net. 1-and-1 time for the Rattlers, and on that free throw, they take their first lead of the second half. Second free throw from Ravenel, nothing but net. The Lithonia, Georgia man makes it 49-47, and the Hawks nearly turn it over the timeline, and it's a jump ball. McIntosh gets tangled up just inside the attacking end by Mays. And the arrow pointing towards Maryland Eastern Shore, so the Hawks don't give it away that time, but the arrow flips back to orange. Here's Frost circling under the basket, or the basketball. Hands off to McIntosh, drives in right side of the paint, float shot off the glass, and rolls out. Severado hauls it in. Florida A&M have not led by more than 3 points in this game. And now they lead by 4 on Elijah Mays' pull-up jumper from the free throw line. Jason lives late in the basketball game again. Maryland Eastern Shore down 51-47. 7 minutes to play as the nightmare continues. Can they wake up this time? Frost, Gainer, now McIntosh in the left wing to the Shore. 9 to shoot. McIntosh, chest pass to Baycoat. Screen set by Jones. Baycoat double team, top of the circle. 3-2. Gainer inside, gets the bump with 1 second on the shot clock. And Colin Gainer, who's got 2 free throws coming up.
Hawks bailed out that time.
And Colin Gainer's to the line, a 58% free throw shooter. Gainer missed 5 games in December with back spasms, and he's trying to work his way back to the form that we saw him in the Emerald Coast Classic back in November. 15 points. He was 5 of 5 from 3 in that game. First free throw lips out for the Berlin man.
I think we need to concentrate on getting Mays out of the basketball game. If he's out of the game, the Rattlers are in trouble.
Second free throw by Gainer, twice off the back of the rim and in. So Colin Gainer gets the hometown bounce that time. And the Hawks make it a 1-possession game again, 51-48, 6:40 to play. Cam Baycoat checks out, and Myron Thomas comes back in for the Hawks. FAMU ball. This is Barham who glides left to right over the timeline. Marked closely by Frost. Frost, I'm like butter on toast. Frost right up in his face. Now Barham dribbling towards the right side. We wrap around pass to Desmond Williams. Williams against Gaynor. Step back 17-footer. Straight down off the front of the iron. And Myron Thomas hauls in the board. And for Myron, that's rebound number 9. He's got 13 and 9 in this game. Frost on the left wing for the Shore. And he travels and he tried to back his way up into the paint, and it did not work. 6:09 to play in this one. 51-48, Florida A&M. Rattlers, who have lost 3 in a row themselves, trying to steal one here in Princess Anne.
And full court pressure by the Hawks.
Another tight ball game between these two teams. Last time they played on this floor, it went to double overtime. Rattlers an 81-80 win 2 seasons ago. Hawks avenged it last year in Tallahassee. Led by as many as 20 in the second half, held on to win 86-79. Sean Hoggs checks back in. Tyler Jones out for the moment. He's been quiet this half. No points and no rebounds. And in basketball, Desmond Williams to Mays as the Hawks back off on the press. Mays gets a screen and he's unimpeded into the front court and unimpeded towards the basket. The layup over Myron Thomas and in. Elijah Mays saw a seam and makes a 5-point lead for the visitors. 53-48 A&M, under 6 to play. Myron Thomas stops his dribble in the backcourt. Now a handoff to McIntosh on the left wing for the Shore. McIntosh staring down Severado. McIntosh free throw line, retreats, now drives in, left side, draws the foul. McIntosh working Severado. And Lowe steps to the free throw line. If he makes them both, it's a one-possession game again. A real test for Maryland Eastern Shore, now having to play from behind for the first time significantly in this game. First free throw by McIntosh, strong off the iron. And this is another recurring nightmare for Maryland Eastern Shore. Missed free throws in crunch time. Substitution for Florida A&M will go to Brendan Miles, the bespectacled sophomore.
Because they have another person with 4 fouls.
Atlanta man subs in, and the Atlanta man's at the free throw line. And the shot's up and good. That's right, Dave. Nick Severado had his 4th foul on that last foul against McIntosh, who makes 1 of 2. 53-49, Eastern Shore down, 5.5 to play. This is Mays who gallops over the M. Guarded by McIntosh. Mays to the right wing. Chest pass to Miles, top of the circle. Fakes left. Goes back to Miles on the right. Lobbed inside for Williams. Leaps up. Now a jump pass. Free throw line. Miles, his J. Push to the right. Hoggs has the board and chases it back down again. Desmond Williams. He must have like a rocket launcher in his shoes. I've never seen anyone leap that high this year.
He gets up. I'm telling you, he gets up.
Hawk basketball. Try and get back within 1 possession with 5 minutes to go. Frost driving left baseline and a whistle, a blocking foul against Mays, and that's number 5, and he's finally out of the game. Elijah Mays has fouled out with 4 minutes and 59 seconds to play. And it's a shooting foul, so Ahmad Frost has gone to the line. Mays will check out for the last time, and the Sear Core takes his place.
I can't believe he's trying to take a charge with 4 fouls. Woo.
It's instinctive.
That's a 50-50 shot all the time.
Ahmad Frost, 68% foul shooter. It's a dandy of an early January for him. A month ago, he had a career high against Hampton, 33 points. First free throw, good arc, good shot. 1 possession game again as the Hawks break 50. Frost, 15 points now. He leads Maryland Eastern Shore in the point department. And the second free throw from the Cincinnati man, nothing but net. 53-51, Florida A&M clinging to a 2-point cushion with 5 to play. And they nearly turn it over off the inbound. The Sear Core able to get it about 4.5 seconds after. Core leaps up, pass deflected by Gaynor. Williams has it. Down low for Miles, and Miles with an easy practice layup from the right side. 55-51, Florida A&M, 2 possessions up again with 4:40 to play.
Hawks unlucky, had their hands on the ball twice in that possession.
Hoggs, now Frost on the right sideline for the Hawks. Frost knotting down Miles. Wrap around inside to Myron Thomas, and he's fouled on a reach for the pass. Marcus Barham got tangled up with him. That's foul number 10 against the Rattlers. And it's 2 free throws right now for Myron Thomas. 7 fouls against Maryland Eastern Shore in this second half. Now Thomas, who missed a couple of free throws moments ago, has a chance for redemption right here. Shrug of the shoulders. The kid from the land, nothing but net.
Well, the difference is going to be at the free throw line. Thank you. The difference is going to be at the free throw line. If we make it easy in crunch time, the basketball game could be ours.
Eastern Shore now shooting 11 of 17 from the stripe. Second free throw from Myron, too strong, and the rebound lines right to Nasir Kaur. 55-52, Hawks down, 4:25 to play. Here's Nasir Kaur dancing around Hoggs into the front court. Kaur stops his dribble, wrap around inside to Miles. No foul call on the scrum for the pass. Now Kaur, chest pass, top of the circle to Ravenel. Ravenel hands off to Barham with 10 to shoot. Now it's Ravenel who drives in, and it's Barham. Barham from the left baseline, up and good. 57-52, Rattlers, 4 minutes to play. And Hoggs intercepted on the baseline by Williams. Here come the Rattlers, 4-on-2. Left corner, Ravenel's 3 was short. On a foul. It's an offensive foul. It's a charge. Nasir Kaur ran into Myron Thomas. A tough break for Florida A&M. They had numbers forward, but sloppy in transition, and that leads us into our final scheduled media timeout. 3:55 to play in the second half. Your score: Florida A&M 57, Eastern Shore 52 on the Shore Sports Network and SFMSports.net.
The Eastern Shore is a perfect place to visit year-round. A gem hidden on the lower shore is the Henson, located in the heart of Princess Anne on the picturesque campus of the University of Maryland Eastern Shore. The Henson is the perfect choice for campus visits, business trips, reunions, meetings, and relaxing getaways. Check into the Henson and we'll take care of the rest. Book online at umes.edu/Henson.
Committed to serving you even better. McCready Health Immediate Care and Imaging Center in Princess Anne. Stop by when you need us and experience our expanded services, including 3D mammography for advanced early detection of breast cancer. Conveniently located next to Food Lion in Princess Anne and open 7 days a week from 10 to 8. Most insurance plans are accepted and no appointments are needed at McCready Health Immediate Care and Imaging Center. McCready Health, with you for life.
This is Maryland Eastern Shore basketball from SFMSports.net.
And down the stretch we come. 57-52. Florida A&M leading Maryland Eastern Shore. 3:55 to play in the second half. Will DeBoer and Dave Berg with you on the Shore Sports Network. Dave, it's been the Desmond Williams and Justin Ravenel show in the second half for Florida A&M. Does Eastern Shore have a rally in them? They haven't had a rally for all of January. If this is the new leap perhaps for February, now's the time to do it. Eastern Shore basketball, they'll bring it up from their own baseline. Gaynor and now McIntosh with Florida A&M bringing a bit of a zone press right here. McIntosh staring down Kaur as he crosses into attack formation. McIntosh calling for Frost, hands it off to him in the backcourt. Now scoop to Hoggs, now McIntosh, the wheels in motion. McIntosh dribbling to the left wing. He's got Ravenel on him, 11 to shoot. Frost back up to McIntosh. Lowe calling for a screen. He gets it from Gaynor. Logan McIntosh, free throw line. Steps back, right elbow, jumper. Short, but it's an offensive rebound. Colin Gaynor in the right place at the right time. Fresh 34 of the Hawks. Ahmad Frost biding his time in the backcourt. Dribbling towards the right wing. Now Frost looking. Step back three-pointer. Yes! Ahmad Frost stares down his man. A timeout from Bobby Collins. 2-point basketball game. 57-55 with 3:08 to play. This is the 30 that should become the full. Waiting for the word from the officials. We have not had our 30-second timeout in this half. And we should have a full timeout, and it is. So we'll take a break. 57-55 A&M up on the Shore Sports Network and SFMSports.net.
The Starlight Lounge presents An Evening with the Progressive Box.
Oh, what a great audience. Let's dim the lights for this next one. Oh, too much. There it is. Gotta get things just right. Like Progressive's Name Your Price tool. Tell us what you want to pay, and we help you find coverage options that fit your budget. And now, the mood is right. Wait, the lights are back on again. Trudy, can you... And now it's completely dark.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by
I'm
state
Jay
law.
Farner from Quicken Loans. The rate today on a 30-year fixed-rate mortgage is 4.125%. APR 4.36%. But choosing the right mortgage lender involves so much more than just a rate. We've earned 12 J.D. Power Awards for client satisfaction. And we invented Rocket Mortgage, a simpler, hassle-free way to get a mortgage completely online. So choose Quicken Loans, America's #1 online lender. Call 800-QUICKEN or go to rocketmortgage.com.
Equal housing lender. NMLSconsumeraccess.org, number 3030.
And now down the stretch we come. Rattlers 57, Hawks 55, 3:08 to play in the ball game. Dave, your key for Maryland Eastern Shore. You mentioned before the commercial ended with Elijah Mays fouled out for the Rattlers. Hawks have a shot, but for me, they've got to get a lid on Desmond Williams, who's going to be the go-to for Orange.
Yeah, he's going to be a go-to guy, but I really think that if the Hawks make some free throws down this stretch and be a little patient, go inside to Marlon Thomas, they got a great chance of winning. And especially I think the Rattlers going to turn the ball over because Mays is not on the floor.
Florida A&M putting Nick Severato back in. He's got 4 fouls. Nobody else in remote foul trouble. That includes Desmond Williams, who has just 2. Florida A&M basketball after Ahmad Frost's 3 right before that timeout. Hawks have no more fouls to give. 7 second-half fouls. Ball's into Ravenel. Ravenel floats it up to Core. Core pumps the brakes, lets the rest of his teammates get back. Nasir Core staring down Sean Hoggs, who's in for defense, a scrappy defender. Colin Gaynor nearly picks the pocket of Desmond Williams. Williams stutter step against Hoggs, behind the back dribble. He's tied up in the middle of the paint. Ball's on the floor. Jump ball. Possession pointing towards Florida A&M. But with the arrow now pointing to Eastern Shore.
For the last 2 minutes.
Always a good sign to have that arrow late. .15 to shoot for Florida A&M. Nasir Core to inbound. Ravenel, Barham, Williams, and Severato also on the floor for FAMU. Starters minus Mays, who fouled out. Williams, quick trigger, Barham, left corner 3, and it's strong, but Severato with the rebound and fresh 30 for Florida A&M. Students are in it, calling for defense, stomping up a storm. Can the Rattlers weather it, or will Eastern Shore overwhelm them late? 12 to shoot. Here's a handoff to Ravenel, who scoops it back to Barham, top of the circle with 7 to shoot. Lateral to Core. Core takes a screen, free throw line. 4 to shoot. Pass too strong for Severato. Tried to save it in bounds. It's out. Eastern Shore holds on defense, and the Hawks take over. Tyler Jones back in for offense. Hoggs out for D. Gaynor, Jones, McIntosh, Frost, and Myron Thomas on the floor for White. Frost picks it up near the timeline, right to left, into the front court for the Shore. 2:14 to play, down 2. Ahmad Frost circling up left wing. Frost looking, stops his dribble, kicks it back up for McIntosh. Low, gallops in, stutter step, working against his man Severato. Drives to the bucket, counted on the foul. Logan McIntosh. The bank is open at 9:30 on a Monday night for Logan McIntosh. The hoop and the harm were tied, and he's got a chance to give the Hawks the lead.
2 minutes to go on the free throw line. McIntosh for a 3-point play.
He's got 10 in this game. McIntosh relatively quiet, but stepping it up late. The senior leader for the Hawks. Brandon Miles checks in for the Rattlers, and then Sean Hoggs for defense for the Hawks. McIntosh 4 for 6 from the line today. Biggest one yet, and that foul's against Severado. That's 5 on Severado. 2 starters out for Florida A&M. The free throw by McIntosh rolls home. 58-57. Eastern Shore in the lead. 2 minutes to go. Inbound to Brendan Miles, seeing some significant time late for the Rattlers. Same for Nasir Kaur. Kaur walks it over the stripe. Marked by Hoggs, and now a timeout taken by Robert McCollum as the Rattlers will talk this one over with 1:48 to play in the ball game. Eastern Shore 58, Florida A&M 57. This one coming right down to the wire. Stop us if you've heard this one before.
We've heard it before, so we're not stopping you. This time, though, I think it's going to be a change in tide because we're going to make some free throws, and the Rattlers continue to turn the ball over without Mays on the floor.
Maryland Eastern Shore also has the advantage of a hometown crowd. It was tough most of January playing a bulk of their home games with relative silence with the students being away, but the semester's underway. And with this crowd in here, now they're trying to start a wave. Oh, come on, no wave. There's a minute 48 to play in the basketball game, and you're leading by 1. You don't need to do a wave. And there goes the wave. Okay, I'll give it a pass because it's the timeout at least. But once the gameplay stops, you got to stop the wave. Miles to inbound as he emerges from the C. Reach around pass to Barham. Barham driving to the basket left side, lays it up and in. He let McIntosh leap over him. A&M goes back up, 59-58, 100 seconds to play. Logan McIntosh in the backcourt for the Shore. Hoggs, Frost, Thomas, and Gaynor on the floor with him. Gaynor comes up the set of screen. McIntosh takes it to the right seam. Low, stops, pickpocketed. Steal for Williams. 2-on-2 Williams. 1-on-1 against Hoggs. He's bumped. A blocking foul against Sean Hoggs, and Desmond Williams gets a steal again. He is coming up with riches today. That's his 4th steal, and he's got 2 free throws in his future.
He had the ball on his hip at midcourt, too, so he got away with a little traveling music.
Desmond Williams, a 70% foul shooter. One of the top players in the MEAC, certainly amongst the teams towards the bottom of the table, and Williams. Now this is where you make a second team into a first team with a couple of clutch free throws right here. Made the first. 6'6" from Atmore, Alabama. The senior in his final month of college basketball. Tyler Jones checks back in. Sean Hoggs out. Williams, this to make it a 3-point basketball game at the 1:23 mark. Shot from the southpaw, halfway down and out. Myron Thomas with the board. He's now got 14 and 10, another double-double. A little concern to him. 60-58, Eastern Shore down, 1:15 remaining. McIntosh skips it to Frost on the left wing for the Shore. Screen set by Jones. Frost on the double team, stops his dribble, looking for help. Has to flick it out to McIntosh. 12 to shoot now. McIntosh takes a screen from Myron Thomas, turns on the Jets himself, left baseline, pumps the brakes, out to Myron on the left high post. Myron Thomas driving in against Williams, and he throws up a dart that rolls in. Myron Thomas with the bucket on the feed from McIntosh. Time out taken. 55.8 seconds remaining. Hawks 60, Rattlers 60.
I don't believe they got anybody that can stop Thomas if we can get him the ball down inside. The big man's already fouled out. The point guard's fouled out. If we go to Thomas inside, they can't stop him.
Myron Thomas, 16 points and 10 rebounds today. It's his 5th double-double of the season and his 3rd straight. Missed the game against Coppin State. There were fears about ligament damage to his left knee. The knee turned out to be A-OK. And how?
the freshman is going to be a very good player in this league.
Certainly going to be on the MEAC rookie team this year. Hands down, R.J. Cole's going to win Rookie of the Year from Howard, but Myron Thomas certainly in the driver's seat for a spot, one of the other 4 members of that team.
You're correct.
Reset, 56 seconds to go. Maryland Eastern Shore 60, Florida A&M 60. A low-scoring slog in the first half. Teams have picked it up a little bit in the second. Neither team's led in double digits. Florida A&M's been up by as many as 5. Eastern Shore by 7. This is the 7th tie of the game. We've had 9 lead changes. And the rhythm carries over from Maryland Eastern Shore. We saw half a dozen of these games and more in January. Hawks pound the floor for defense. Florida A&M basketball. Here we go. Final minute from the Hytche. Nasir Kaur gets the inbound. Now the Hawks back up in their half-court defense. Nasir Kaur walks up. The backup point guard with Elijah Mays fouled out for FAMU. Takes a screen across the perimeter, left to right. Guarded by Gaynor. Kaur centers up. Kaur against Gaynor. Crossover dribble to left side. Drops it back out for Barham. 9 to shoot. Now it's Williams in the left wing against Thomas. Williams, left elbow. Drives in. He's fouled on the baseline. And Desmond Williams has a chance to put his team up in the final 32 seconds of the ball game. 4th foul against Myron Thomas. The crowd will need to get loud for this. Desmond Williams, who's got 16 and 7 for Florida A&M. Made 1 of 2, 1 minute to go. This for the lead. Swish. 61-60 Florida A&M. Bryce Moraine comes in for defense for the Rattlers. Justin Ravenel out.
And try to get a little size in there for the Rattlers to contain Thomas.
Free throw huge no matter what happens. Lefty's second shot, halfway down and out again. Myron Thomas swoops in for the rebound. So now the Hawks, with about a second and a half difference, shot and game clock, can basically hold on for the final look. 61-60 Florida A&M. McIntosh has it in the front court for the Shore. Driving towards the right side, he'll take it himself. Right baseline, float shot, just short. Rebound knocked out of bounds. Last touch by Florida A&M. And with the shot clock off and 14 and a half seconds to play, Eastern Shore basketball. Bobby Collins takes a timeout as the Hawks have a chance to win it at the gun.
Yeah, this time the tables have been turned. The Rattlers have missed some free throws to give the Hawks an opportunity to win the basketball game.
Desmond Williams 2 of 4 in the final 2 minutes from the line. His first one gave Florida A&M the lead, but it's by the slimmest of margins. 61-60 Rattlers, 14.5 seconds remaining. All right, coach, draw it up. Who do you go for?
I'm going down inside to Thomas. But I think one of the guards will probably take over, either Frost or McIntosh. They go to the basket with a chance to either score or get fouled.
Frost with 19 points, McIntosh 11. He's at the hot hand as of late, and he's your senior leader. But you're right, Myron Thomas has been untouchable once he gets going down low. Would they put that much on the shoulders of a freshman?
Sure.
Now, Bobby Collins always preaching to these guys they have to grow up fast in a situation like this. All the injuries.
I mean, they're going to get the best shot, but if it needs to go down into Thomas first. If they just try to penetrate for the win, then they're counting on either getting fouled or go in. And we know McIntosh can make that floating runner in.
Florida A&M, no more fouls to give. 10 fouls against FAMU. Double bonus of a Hawks draw contact. 14.8 seconds now remaining on the game clock. They added 0.3 of a second when they went to the monitor. McIntosh to inbound underneath his own basket. He's got Gaynor, Myron Thomas, Tyler Jones, and Ahmad Frost on the floor with him. Dave Bird's calling up the play for Myron Thomas.
McIntosh has got the ball out of bounds.
And we will see.
One of your best passers.
We are about to find out. Officials setting everybody in their place.
Frost has hit some big shots for the Hawks in this game.
And timeout taken by Florida A&M as Robert McCollum's crew waited to see the setup, and now they'll talk it over. 30-second timeout. Maryland Eastern Shore trying to snap a 7-game losing streak. They have lost 7 of their 8 MEAC L's this season have come by 10 points or fewer. 4 of them have come by 1 possession. If the shot doesn't fall on these final 15 seconds, there'll be another one of those razor-thin losses for the Hawks, where just one more bounce going their way, and perhaps we're looking at a different result. Eastern Shore hoping that bounce in their favor comes right here.
I think it happened this time.
61-60. Florida A&M trying to silence the Princess Anne students. Hoping to witness a win at the gun. Same personnel for the Hawks. 2 officials talking it over with Bobby Collins. Coach Collins saying it should be on the other side of the basket. Now everybody's being called back to their benches again. Now it's a necessary evil for basketball, the late whistle, and now the officials calling everybody out of their huddles, slowing down the momentum, but to set us up for the best finish possible. And now, 3rd time's the charm. And here we go. 14.8 seconds remaining. Hawks down 1. Lob into Myron Thomas at the top of the circle. He's marked by Miles. McIntosh gets the handoff with 10 seconds left. McIntosh double teamed left of center, driving in, and he's fouled. Logan McIntosh fouled on the dribble drive. It's against Nasir Kaur. And now the senior leader from Atlanta, Georgia, with 6.4 seconds remaining, has 2 free throws, perhaps to win the game for the home side.
A lot of time on the clock.
McIntosh at the line. Shoots 72%, the best of the regulars for the Hawks. First free throw, good. Tie game. 61-61, and McIntosh looking up to the rafters, smiling to himself. He wants this moment. Sean Hogg's back in for defense. 61 all. This to break the tie. McIntosh. Nothing but net. 62-61, 6.4 seconds remaining. Florida A&M, do they have any more timeouts? They do. Yeah. And the Rattlers will take that timeout right here. 62-61, Maryland Eastern Shore on top. 6.4 seconds remaining. The Hawks have no more fouls to give either. They have 9. 2 free throws on the next one. And now, Dave, flip the script. If you're Robert McCollum, what do you do?
Well, he's going to go to Williams, obviously, his 2 leading scorers, because he can't. His point guard's sitting on the bench, so that's going to be the toughest thing. And Williams was inbounds in the ball. There's plenty of time. You can make 6.4 seconds. You can get down and
no need to rush.
Get a shot.
Well, I mean, you need to rush, but no need to.
Just throw it up.
Be careless.
But the Hawks just can't let anybody get by them. And if they get beat, it's going to be beat on a long shot, not somebody going to get a pass.
Now remember, still in the men's game at the college ranks, you cannot call a timeout to advance the basketball. Women's game changed rules a couple of years ago where you can call a timeout to advance the ball, just like in the NBA.
Right.
Not so in men's college basketball.
It'll be out of bounds on the baseline.
They'll have the length of the court to cover. Down by 1. Maryland Eastern Shore holding a 62-61 lead. 6.4 seconds away from victory. Bobby Collins drawing up his defense. We'll see who steps out personnel-wise. There's the horn. McIntosh, Frost, Myron Thomas, Gaynor, and Hoggs for White. For Florida A&M, it's Kaur and Barham, Ravenel, Miles, and Williams, and Desmond Williams to inbound. 6.4 seconds remaining. One of the officials slamming on the brakes here as they're trying to work out the timeout situation. Always important. We don't want a Chris Webber situation spoiling the ending here.
No. They should know it. The assistant coaches keep track of those timeouts also.
More tension for both sides. Just time to ice everything. More time to think.
Yeah.
All right, we got the green light. Here we go. 6.4 seconds remaining. 62-61 Hawks. Desmond Williams to inbound. Williams looking. He threads it into Core. 5 seconds left. Nasir Core weaving his way through defense. Core, he's tripped. Float shot off the iron. Shore wins. Maryland Eastern Shore holds on defense. The Hawks 62. The Rattlers 61. Logan McIntosh, the hero, with the 2 free throws at the gun. And for Maryland Eastern Shore, the nightmare is over. The skid stops at 7. They pull out a single-digit victory in Princess Anne tonight. And here comes Bobby Collins right now to talk it over. Here he is. Coach, we knew it would happen eventually. One of these times the ball was going to bounce our way. It did tonight.
Made some foul shots, Bobby.
Hey, I mean, he had a great look at it. It was about time for the ball to fall our way. And I'm just proud, and I felt like we willed our way to this win. I'm just proud. I'm happy that we won the game. I mean, it's been a long time coming.
That it has. And Logan McIntosh, was it always drawn up for him, that final play?
Yes, it was. And I told him we're going to live and die with him.
Yeah.
I told him our energy is based on him defensively, not just offensively, but defensively. And if we were going to get the stop, it was going to come down to a defensive stop. And that's something that we worked on all week.
You did a good job taking the point guard Mays out from whenever.
Yeah, we wanted to attack him. Yeah, we also wanted to attack Zero. He had a big game up at Howard, and that team is a very scrappy basketball team, as we are. And tonight the ball just happened to fall our way, and it was about time.
Myron Thomas, 16 and 11, another double-double for him. I guess the left knee's okay.
Yes, he's fine. He's fine. And wow, I'm just happy that we won. We finally, we really needed this one for our psyche, more so than anything else.
Yeah. Congratulations, Bob.
Thank you.
Bobby Collins after a victory. It's a happy recap for Maryland Eastern Shore tonight. Hawks 62, Rattlers 61. Eastern Shore with the win improves to 6-19 overall. They are 2-8 in conference. They snap a 7-game losing streak. As for Florida A&M, a tough loss. They fall to 4-22, 3-7 in MEAC play. It'll be a long ride home to Tallahassee, but for Maryland Eastern Shore, a happy ending as the calendar turns to February. Doesn't quite make them shiver. We'll take a break. When we come back, the post-game show, wrap things up, final stats, final thoughts, and set you up for next weekend on the road. Again, your final score, the Maryland Eastern Shore Hawks 62, the Florida A&M Rattlers 61. Post-game next on the Shore Sports Network and SFMSports.net.
Pivot Physical Therapy is the leading provider of physical therapy and sports medicine services in the Mid-Atlantic region, with over 270 clinic locations and providing sports medicine services to over 120 youth, scholastic, collegiate, and professional programs. Pivot Physical Therapy is in your backyard with locations in Salisbury, Berlin, Cambridge, Easton, and Seaford. Pivot Physical Therapy and Pivot Sports Medicine is a proud partner of the University of Maryland Eastern Shore, providing athletic training and physical therapy care to your Maryland Eastern Shore Hawks.
Hello, I'm your waiter Serge. Would you like to hear the specials? Do they include any wings, hot and cold sandwiches, and Smith Island cake? No, you'll have to go to M Street Grill for that. All right, see ya. Here you go, man. Hawks fans, you want to sink your teeth into great food and watch the game, right? Make M Street Grill your new home. It's a sports bar and restaurant conceived by hospitality and tourism management program students and owned by a Hawk alumni. M Street Grill in the Princess Anne University Village, 410-621-5040.
This is Maryland Eastern Shore basketball from SFMSports.net.
We welcome you inside the Hawk post-game show, courtside at the Hytche Athletic Center in Princess Anne, where we've got a happy recap. Final score, Maryland Eastern Shore 62, Florida A&M 61. Will DeBoer and Dave Bird with you on an exciting night here at the Hytche Center. First doubleheader sweep of the year. The women won earlier today in convincing fashion. The men a little bit closer, but
a little bit.
Well, Logan McIntosh with his signature moment as a senior. That was a great finish.
Yeah, he was 7 for 9 from the free-throw line, making the last the two most important ones of the basketball game. And as everybody knows, close games are usually won and lost at the free-throw line. And tonight was the Hawks' night, and they made 2 free throws with 6 seconds left on the clock for the W.
6.4 to be exact. Let's get you your final stats, shall we? Maryland Eastern Shore heat up a little bit in the second half. They shot 44% in the second session. They finished 22 of 57 from the floor. That's 39%. 4 of 16 from long range. 14 of 21 from the free throw line. So not the highest numbers, but they got it done when it counted. Florida A&M shot 23 of 54 from the floor. That's 43%. 5 of 15 from long range. 10 of 13 from the charity stripe. Leading scorer for the Hawks was Ahmad Frost. He had 19 points, 7 of 13 shooting, 3 of 7 from long range in 34 minutes of action. 16 points from Myron Thomas, 7 of 11 shooting, just 2 of 6 from the line, but he stepped it up off the glass. 11 rebounds, his third straight double-double. Logan McIntosh, 13 points. He shot just 3 of 11 from the floor, but 7 of 9 from the free throw line, none bigger than 6.4 seconds to go. Logan McIntosh hitting those 2 free throws to win it for the Hawks, and they held on defense as Marcus Barham's shot clanged off the iron. Other scorers for Eastern Shore: 6 points for Tyler Jones, 3 points off the bench for Sean Hoggs, 2 each for Cam Baycoat and Leandre Thomas, and 1 for Colin Gaynor. All 8 Hawks who played scored. As for Florida A&M, a 3-headed monster: 17 points for Desmond Williams, 7 rebounds as well, 17 for Justin Ravenel, 15 for Marcus Barham, but he needed 17 to win it for Florida A&M. Then 8 points for Elijah Mays, who fouled out with 5 minutes to play, and that was a crucial loss for them. 2 points for Nasir Kaur, 2 points for Brendan Miles, and then scoreless in this game: Bryce Moraine, Austin Rashad, and Nick Severino, who played 28 minutes, got off just 1 shot, missed it, and fouled out of the ball game in a crucial moment. It was those 2 foul-outs, Dave Bird, that I think are the difference in this game.
The difference in the game, it absolutely was, because in the last part of the basketball game, Mays was not in there to make the correct passes and get the ball to the correct people, and sometimes that's tough. But the Hawks played very good defense against him. It was that they were, that's part of the game plan to attack him, make sure he had pressure the entire game, and it was a good game plan. But most importantly, they made free throws when it counted.
Amen to that. Rebounding-wise, Eastern Shore 40-31, the advantage on the glass, including 11-5 on the offensive end. Assists, 12 helpers for the Rattlers, just 5 for Maryland Eastern Shore, as they never could get a rhythm going offensively, but they were able to eke it out anyway. Turnovers, 14 for the Hawks, 16 for the Rattlers, as Eastern Shore, one of their bits of kryptonite as well, Dave, is they're not able to force turnovers very well, but they certainly did so tonight, and we'll get to the points off turnovers in just a moment. Blocks 5-0 for Florida A&M, steals 8-8. Points in the paint, Eastern Shore crashed down low. They owned the lane, 28-18, and then points off turnovers, 20-14. Maryland Eastern Shore with the advantage. Second chance points as well, 13-1. 1 second chance point. That doesn't seem likely, but okay, we'll take it. Piece of paper. Fast break points, 7-6 Florida A&M. Bench points, 6-4 for Eastern Shore, as benches didn't really play a role in this game, but yeah, there's the difference. The Eastern Shore Hawks don't eke it out by 2. They lose this game. 9 ties and 12 lead changes. Another back-and-forth affair. Nobody led by more than 7 points in the ball game. Maryland Eastern Shore eking it out, coming out on top. A 62-61 win over the Florida A&M Rattlers tonight. A thrilling finish, much needed, and something to send the home crowd home with happy. And they've already all gone home, isn't it, Jim? It clears out. So
very quick.
What you can say is that they all flood towards the exits to go out and celebrate another Maryland Eastern Shore win. With the win, the Hawks now 6-19 overall. They're 2-8 in MEAC play. Rattlers now 4-22 overall. They are 3-7 in the Storied Conference. Well, that'll just about do it on another doubleheader, a Monday evening of hoops on the Shore Sports Network. Dave, good games, very different games both sides.
That's right.
And two good
W's.
results.
That's the most important thing, a sweep.
2 W's for Maryland Eastern Shore. One more and we can browse the internet. WW. Yes. Let's see. Producer this evening, Steve Clendenin. We thank Steve for all his work once again. Our next broadcast on this network, well, we'll have a Hawk Talk Live showing Thursday night at 6 o'clock from M Street Grill. I'll be joined by Matt McCann as a co-host. We'll have Fred Batchelor, Bobby Collins after a couple of victories, and hopefully Brian Holloman, the head coach of Eastern Shore Baseball. We'll have to contact him, I guess. See, hey, Coach, you want to come on? Important. Our next game broadcast will be on the road. Maryland Eastern Shore hits the road for 4 straight. They'll open things up Saturday afternoon in Daytona Beach against the Bethune-Cookman Wildcats. Women tip at 2 o'clock with a pregame show at 1:50 on sfmsports.net. The men at approximately 4, pregame 10 to 15 minutes prior to that on the full network, Fox Sports AM 960, sfmsports.net, and the various local radio station websites, including wildoutscountry.com. Until then, on behalf of Dave Bird and all of us here at the Hytche Athletic Center, this is Will DeBoer saying so long and a pleasant good evening to you from the Eastern Shore of Maryland. Your final score, once again, the Maryland Eastern Shore Hawks 62, the Florida A&M Rattlers 61. This has been Hawk Basketball on the Shore Sports Network and sfmsports.net.
This has been a presentation of Hawks Basketball from sfmsports.net.